Alyssa Hadley. Shannon Bryan is the daughter of Stacy and Kate Bryan. Shannon is involved in SGA, Beta, NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and is on the varsity girls weightlifting team. Shannon's favorite quote is, "Never be so polite you forget your power. Never wield so much power you forget to be polite," by Taylor Swift. It reminds her to always be kind but not let people walk all over you. The biggest influence in her life is her big brother Aiden, because he has always worked so hard to achieve his goals and is the strongest person she knows. Shannon is being escorted tonight by her parents and her younger brother, Patrick. Alyssa Garrett is the daughter of Thomas and Irene Garrett. Alyssa is involved in SGA, Beta, NHS, flag football, and serves as the junior class vice president. Her favorite quote is Colossians 3:17, "And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him." This verse is special to her because it's a daily reminder to live for the Lord. The biggest influences in Alyssa's life are her parents, who have taught her to aim high, never give up, and always keep her eyes on the Lord. Alyssa is being escorted tonight by her parents and her brother Sean. Berkeley Reese Jernigan is the daughter of Carl and Chastity Jernigan. Her parents are the biggest influence in her life because their guidance, support, time, and effort have helped her grow and mature as a person. They have been great role models in her life. Berkeley's favorite quote is Philippians 4:13. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Berkeley is involved in SGA, Beta, NHS, and is a 3-year varsity soccer and flag football athlete. She is being escorted tonight by her parents and her brother Tate. Chloe Faith Wendell is the daughter of Michael and Carolyn Wendell. Chloe's favorite quote is, "Have you experienced the epic highs and lows of high school football?" by Archie Andrews. Because every time she feels down, she thinks of this and perseveres. One thing on her bucket list is to try the Cheez-Its in California. If she inherited $1 million, Chloe would get front row tickets to all the best concerts and buy a high-quality camera and go wild. When the concerts are done, she'd watch them all. Chloe is being escorted tonight by her sister Michaela and her brother-in-law Terry. Sarah Elizabeth Zimmerman is the daughter of Jay and Jennifer Zimmerman. The biggest influence in Sarah's life is her brother Ben, because he has shown her that you can still have fun and work hard to be successful at the same time. Her favorite quote is, "This is for everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. But every day above ground is a great day. Remember that. Pitbull." This shows her that Pitbull has been through hardship, so she should be able to get through hers and know there are good days ahead. Sarah is being escorted tonight by her parents. Now, please allow me to present the homecoming court representatives for the senior class of 2023. Ava Gabrielle Batista is the daughter of Roman and Cynthia Batista. Ava is involved in Beta, NHS, cheerleading, and weightlifting. In 10 years, Ava hopes to be graduated from med school and working as a physician saving lives. Her sister is the biggest influence in her life because she is her best friend and always knows how to cheer her up. She is the reason she has survived high school. If Ava inherited $1 million, she would buy a jet so she could travel anytime. She would also buy a pet giraffe and name him Graham. She is being escorted tonight by her parents and her sister Mia. Jason Alford is the son of John and Emily Alford. Jason is involved in football, weightlifting, Beta, and serves as an officer in NHS. Jason's favorite quote is, "Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing." Muhammad Ali. It reminds reminds him that the only limits are those he sets for himself. In 10 years, Jason hopes to be an engineer. One thing on his bucket list is to see the pyramids in Egypt. Jason is being escorted tonight by his parents. Annabelle Grant is the daughter of John and Leslie Grant. Annabelle is involved in ROTC, is the book club treasurer, a Girl Scout ambassador, and the Anomaly Youth Council. Annabelle likes to stay inside most of the time, but in the fall she likes to bake and watch Gilmore Girls with her dog, Britney Spears. One of the biggest influences in Annabelle's life is her sister, Heaven, for putting up with her, stealing her clothes, and because she has always been there for her. She's being escorted tonight by her parents. Brandon Beckham is the son of Tony and Cynthia Beckham. In 10 years, Brandon hopes to be playing football at the next level and be married with children and coaching high school football. Brandon's favorite quote is, "Do your best, don't stress, and let God do the rest," from his dad. It motivates him to stay focused. One thing on his bucket list is to visit Japan and see the architectural design and culture, since he is a big anime fan. Brandon is being escorted tonight by his parents and his brother, Evan. Katie Isabella Crown is the daughter of Michael and Jennifer Crown. Katie is involved in FCA, girls weightlifting, varsity flag football captain, vice president of NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and a graduate from the Biotech Academy. Katie's parents are the biggest influence in her life because they always support her through everything. No matter what, they always push her to be great and don't let her settle for anything less. Her favorite quote is, "You just can't beat the person who never gives up," by Babe Ruth. It is special to her because it drives her to keep moving forward even when things aren't always easy. Katie is being escorted tonight by her parents. Isaac Bondurant is the son of Jim and Monica Bondurant. Isaac is involved in football, basketball, beta, NHS, SGA, and chorus. In 10 years, Isaac hopes to be starting a family and settling down, working his way up in an engineering firm. He hopes to continue to be involved with his church through leadership or the music ministry. If Isaac inherited $1 million, he would buy a big house on a golf course with a golf simulator inside for when it rains. Isaac is being escorted tonight by his parents and his sister Haley. Riley Ford is the daughter of Rodney and Jennifer Ford. Riley is involved in beta, NHS, and softball. Her parents are the biggest influence in her life because despite challenges they face, they always keep positive and would do anything for her and her brother. If Riley could spend a day with someone famous, it would be Austin Butler, because if you had seen Elvis, they would spend the day walking around Graceland. Riley is being escorted tonight by her parents. Anthony Scott Burke is the son of Brandon and Jamie Burke. Scott is the president of drama and the VP of Film Club. The biggest influence in Scott's life is his grandmother because she taught him to be nice to everyone. In 10 years, Scott sees himself working in a hospital as a medical social worker. One thing on his bucket list is to go to Europe. Scott is being escorted tonight by his dad, his aunt Dina Richard, his brother Lee, and his girlfriend Alyssa Brown. Addison Elizabeth Givo is the daughter of Matthew and Cheryl Givo. Addison is involved in yearbook, beta, NHS, Anchor, and Spanish Honor Society. One thing on her bucket list is to own a raccoon as a pet. If Addison inherited $1 million, she would buy concert tickets to all her favorite artists. She is being escorted tonight by her parents. son of Charlie and Ginger Booker. Reese is involved in football, leadership, and FCA. Reese's mom is the biggest influence in his life because she has always encouraged him through ups and downs and will always be his biggest fan and prayer warrior. Reese's favorite quote is, "The comeback is always stronger than the setback." This quote has pulled him out of a lot of moments and into a positive mindset. For fun, he enjoys kicking the football, fishing, and hanging out with his friends and family. Reese is being escorted tonight by his parents and his sister, Mary Claire. Mackenzie Ann Cummer is the daughter of Pete and Heather Cummer. Mackenzie is a part of NHS, Beta, Chess Club, Spanish Honor Society, and SGA, where she serves as the student body president. She also plays softball and is a graduate of the Biotech Academy. Her family is the biggest influence in her life. They are shown in the clothes she wears, the music she listens to, and the shows she has watched. She feels like they are always looking out for her, and a lot of what she has accomplished is because of them. Her favorite quote is, "For beautiful eyes, look for the good in others. For beautiful lips, speak only words of kindness. And for poise, walk with the knowledge that you are never alone," by Audrey Hepburn. This is a special quote to her because ever since she has heard it in third grade, it reminds her to be kind to people no matter the challenge. Mackenzie is being escorted tonight by her parents and her sisters, Ashley, Sam, and Lily. Ashton Harrelson is the son of Rochelle and Tracy Harrelson. Ashton is involved in football and enjoys playing football and playing with his dogs, Rocky and Sophie. One thing on his bucket list is to do a cartwheel. His favorite quote is from Teddy Roosevelt's speech, "Man in the Arena," which says, "The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming." Emily Ashton is being escorted tonight by his parents, his brother, Braden, and his sister, Emily. Cameron Taylor Tinker is the daughter of Kevin and Catherine Tinker. Cameron is involved in SGA, where she serves as senior class DP, Beta, NHS, Biotech, Softball, Spanish Honor Society, and Chess Club. Her friends and family are the biggest influence in her life because they have shaped her into the person she is today, and she is so grateful for them. One thing on Cameron's bucket list is to travel to Italy and see Rex Orange County concert. She's being escorted tonight by her parents and her brother, Chase. Landon Ty Humphreys is the son of Brandon and Crystal Humphreys. Ty is involved in baseball, and for fun, he likes to play baseball and hang out with his friends. His mom and dad are the biggest influences in his life because they never let him give up. One thing on Ty's bucket list is to go watch every MLB team play. He is being escorted tonight by his parents and his sister Brooklyn. Sadie Elizabeth Resmondo is the daughter of John and Dawn Resmondo. In 10 years, Sadie sees herself as an officer in the Marine Corps, proudly serving her country with a degree in kinesiology. One thing on her bucket list is to travel to Greece. She serves as the commanding officer of ROTC and is part of NHS, Beta, Spanish Honor Society, and track. She is being escorted tonight by her parents and her grandmother, Mary Sherman. Cooper Thomas Littlefield is the son of Kathy Littlefield. Cooper is involved in SGA and is the captain of the varsity basketball team. For fun, Cooper likes to be in nature, play pickup basketball, spend time with friends, and golf. One thing on Cooper's bucket list is to travel to Iceland. The biggest influence in his life is his mom because she has always been there for him and is always supportive. Cooper is being escorted by his mom. Savannah Pearl Ozula is the daughter of Greg Walsh and Katie Ozula. Savannah is involved in varsity cheer, NHS, and beta. One thing on her bucket list is to travel to at least 35 countries. The biggest influence in her life are her grandparents, Jennifer and Prentice Berry. They have supported her in everything she does and have always been there for her no matter what. Savannah is being escorted tonight by her parents. Clifford Matthew Musgrove is the son of Alan and Jerry Paula Musgrove. If Matthew could spend a day with someone famous, he would choose Aaron Judge, so he could ask him how to hit dingers. His favorite quote is, "No half-spins, just full sends," by the Note Boys. It is special to him because it means to go all the way when you get your chance. He has played baseball for 4 years at Pace and is part of SCA. Matthew is being escorted tonight by his parents and his sister Annie. Kendall Ann Wise is the daughter of Tyler and Mary Wise. Kendall is part of NHS, goes weightlifting, and varsity cheer. In 10 years, Kendall sees herself becoming a physical therapist. The biggest influence in her life are her parents because they have taught her that she can do whatever she puts her mind to as long as she works hard for it. Kendall is being escorted tonight by her parents, her brothers, Ty Jr. and Grant, her sister Madeline, and her boyfriend, Tristan Watson. Grayson Rick is the son of Gregory and Yasmin Rick. In 10 years, Grayson sees himself working in a lab with genetic engineering, having fun, and having a great family. His sister Anya is the biggest influence in his life because she helped him through all his challenges in high school and has guided him to become a successful, mature person. Grayson is involved in SGA where he serves as a secretary, beta, NHS, Spanish Honor Society, and tennis. He is being escorted tonight by his parents and his sister Anya. And now for our 2022 Homecoming Court. Our second runner-up for Homecoming King is Mr. Brandon Beckham. Our second runner-up for Homecoming Queen is Miss Annabelle Brandt. Our first runner-up for Homecoming King is Mr. Scott Burke. Our first runner-up for Homecoming Queen is Miss Ava Batista. Our 2022 homecoming king is Mr. Jason Alford. And our 2022 homecoming queen is Miss Kendall Wise. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 homecoming court and king and queen.
And welcome to Pace Patriots Stadium. You have been listening to the homecoming court here, where we have just crowned a king and a queen. And Brad, as a student here at Pace High School, what's your immediate reaction to what we've just witnessed here at Pace Patriots Stadium?
Well, first off, congrats to everyone that made homecoming court such a great accomplishment. But most importantly, congrats to Jason Alford, number 34, on the Patriots varsity football team at halfback. Had a great touchdown catch last week, and now he's named homecoming king. Just an awesome year already for Jason Alford, and I hope it continues to get better for him. And also congratulations to Kendall Wise, a fantastic weightlifter, cheerleader, and student in the classroom. Both have done amazing jobs throughout their 4 years and could not be more happy for them.
And of course, her father and mother both teach at the high school as well. Their dad's a football coach and weightlifting, and mom is too. And so great parents there. Great congratulations to everyone around. And so right now the Pace High School NJROTC is marching to midfield for the playing of the national anthem. We're going to pause for just a moment, folks, while the national anthem is played. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back live here at Pace Patriot Stadium. Again, congratulations to both the homecoming king and queen, and of course, our new king will have to get to the locker room quick as he has a game to play too. Wouldn't you say, Brad?
Of course, yeah. No, and they face a interesting opponent tonight in the 0-5 Pensacola Tigers. Now, I do want to put some emphasis on Nick Simmons because Nick Simmons last week had a solid game, 2 touchdown passes, another rushing touchdown, and he's up to 6 touchdowns on the year throwing, but we still want to see better accuracy from him. He's only completed 50% of his passes, and tonight is the night for him to do that. He's playing a Tigers defense that has allowed 35 points or more in every single game this season. I would expect Simmons to be able to light this team up, and if not, expect a lot out of Ben Tyner.
Absolutely. And Top, what do you think that Pace needs to do after looking at our close loss last week by 1 score to in-county rival Gulf Breeze? Last-second touchdown pass, a little breakdown in the secondary. What do you think is going to happen this week, Chris? What do you think Pace needs to do?
I was hoping to see that Mark Edge, the defensive coordinator, started rounding up his players. And if Pensacola watched any of the game film from last week, they know to throw it deep every time in an attempt to break that secondary. So that's what the number one thing I'm going to be watching in this game is to see that defensive backfield, whether they're going to step up and take out the secondary passes and just keep everything short into the running game.
All right. Pensacola High School coming to town tonight to play the Pace Patriots. They are warming up in the north end zone closest to the peanut field, and tonight we can see them clearly wearing their maroon helmets with the white jerseys and white pants. And, of course, Pensacola High, a team steeped in history, one of the oldest football programs in the panhandle of Florida, if not the entire state of Florida. I believe they've been playing football there since 1905, and they actually hold distinction in the state of Florida as one of the top schools as far as the win category. And the Pensacola High School Tigers have a state championship under their belt within the past decade. Of course, Pace High School still searching for that first state championship. Although we've won numerous state championships in other athletic events, it's the football state championship that Pace High School would love to have. And, of course, hasn't been a state championship in Santa Rosa County since the 78-79 Milton Panthers did it. But we'll see what happens. A strong sophomore class. Pace is looking good this year. Hopefully we can get back in the swing of winning things. But talking about winning and losing, tomorrow we're looking at a huge matchup of college football games. I know both Top and Brad are excited about that. But let's first talk about number 8 Tennessee traveling to the Bayou to take on the Bengals, a different set of Tigers in the college level. Number 25 LSU. Is LSU anything that Tennessee needs to worry about in this SEC matchup? Of course, LSU coming in the contest with 1 loss, that first game loss by 1 point to Florida State, the Seminoles, which was in prime time. But what do you think, Brad? Do you think that LSU will have a chance, or do you think we're going to see Tennessee with their miraculous season continue on?
Well, as you mentioned, LSU is 4-1 on the season, but 3 of their 4 wins have been against mediocre at best opponents. Their best win is coming against LSU last week, 21-17. I don't see how they can take down Tennessee. Heisman candidate Hendon Hooker has had a terrific year. I think he's going to continue to shred up defenses, starting with LSU's tomorrow. And I really just don't see how LSU can pull off the upset. Brian Kelly, he's done an all right job, but then again, they didn't pay him $100 million over 10 years for him to just do all right. So expect a Tennessee win tomorrow.
All right, what do you think, Top?
I have to agree with them on almost everything he said. I haven't been sold on Kelly actually as a head coach and a big I know he came from Notre Dame, but it just seems like he's been out-coached every game that he's been played in so far. And, well, like Brad had said, when you got a Heisman candidate over there on the opposite side, I just don't see this is going to be a blowout. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be within 14 points, I think. But LSU is going to be on the bottom side of that.
Well, I couldn't agree with both of you more. I think, with those words there. But also moving along, number 4 Michigan traveling to Indiana, and I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. I think tomorrow is going to be a big upset. I think Michigan's going to have their first loss of the year. Looking at Michigan's schedule so far, I've had a couple close games. Almost lost to Maryland in a shocker. And of course, last week, it was a close one with Iowa, 27-14. But I think this Indiana team can step up and rise to the occasion. I think in their home crowd, I think you're going to see Harbaugh and company with their first loss. Do you agree or disagree, Brad? Whatever you say, we'll take it as the gospel here. But
Well, no, I actually agree with you on this one. Indiana has been playing very well despite their 3-2 record. They've had tough losses to Nebraska and Cincinnati. But as you said, Michigan is not coming in with a lot of momentum. 2 straight games where there was a really good chance that they could have lost. And I just don't see a lot of outlook on Michigan's offense. They're being carried by Blake Corum right now. And other than that, they're just not able to move the ball. So if Indiana can put up their stout defense, you can definitely see an upset in Bloomington.
at midfield, we got number 6 Tylon Lee as well as number 80 Rory Gilroy, number 74 for the Pace Patriots Nick Stiles, and of course number 98 Andrew Finley as captains for tonight's game. As the referee at midfield is going over final instructions. And he's going to toss the coin here in just a moment. But looking around the league college football tomorrow, number 11 Utah, the Utes suffering that first loss against the Florida Gators, but now at number 11, and of course facing a number 18, a dangerous UCLA Bruins team that's undefeated. What do you see happening there, Brad?
Well, Todd, I'll actually defer to you on this one because I'm kind of unsure about this game.
At most points, I'd follow the Utah team out of this one. Their offense and defense have looked good, but you're playing in California, and I've always been a big Bruins fan. So just from my heart, I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to be following UCLA on this one as a winner.
Well, folks, we're about to start the game here. Both captains have headed back to the huddle. I did not actually. We're talking college football. I didn't even see who won the coin toss. Did you happen to see it? Anybody? No? We'll find out sooner or later. But looks like both teams getting ready to come out of their end zones respectively, and we're going to have a good game on our hands. You know, you said 0-5, the Pensacola High School Tigers right now, but there's no dangerous tiger like a wounded tiger, and especially a tiger that's looking for its first win of the year, and then our first meal. They're hungry for a win, and so the Pace Patriots could have their hands full tonight, but we're hoping that they win. We'd like to welcome our audience coming in tonight from Pensacola, the only broadcast in the stadium that we're aware of right now. And so I'd like to thank them for listening, but we will go ahead and give our disclaimer before the game starts that we kind of lean a little bit towards the Patriots side with all due respect. But we will we'll call the score down the middle at least. All right. So it looks like referees are going over final instructions at midfield, and we'll see who's going to go first. Yeah, right there. It looks like Pensacola High is going to receive the receiving team, so that means that, of course, Pace will receive the ball to start the second half of action. Florida State Seminoles will be traveling to North Carolina to take on NC State, the Wolfpack, number 14, tomorrow. Top, do you think Florida State can bounce back after their loss last week?
I believe so. I think Florida State, they do look good. Defense has failed them a couple times, but I haven't been sold on this North Carolina State team as much as I would on any of the top 10 that are out there right now. So I could see this easily being an upset and dropping them down a few ranks on the polls.
Actually, in the Wolfpack, they suffered their first loss last week to Clemson, 30-20, but they still maintain that 14 ranking. So if Florida State wins against NC State, do you think it'll get them back in the conversation to get ranked again?
I definitely think Florida State would be ranked once again. I mean, they're playing like a top 25 team, but we'll have to see more consistency from them.
Number 4, Reese Griffith with the kick, and he's going to kick it back, and it will sail into the end zone, come out harmlessly at the 20. So good start for the Pace Patriots. No harm, no foul with the kickoff.
So as you mentioned earlier, Todd, it's going to be really interesting to see if Pace's secondary will have more consistency and will be more successful tonight. Tonight they're playing a quarterback, number 9, Devonsha O'Neal, who has not done too well this season. Honestly, completing less than 30% of his passes, 2 interceptions against just 3 touchdowns. It's going to be a really tough night for him if the Patriot defense locks him down.
All right. Pensacola comes out with shotgun formation. Running back on the right side. He's going to get the snap, hand it off up the middle to his running back, number 9. He's going to be tackled by a host of Patriots for maybe a minimal gain.
People are jumping in the pile like he might have dropped a fumble. Let's just wait and see if the referee. No.
Do you see a white flag anywhere? Maybe not. No. They're going to say he regained the ball, control of it there. So officially he's going to pick up about 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Ball currently spotted at the 24-yard line of Pensacola High. They're marching towards that north end zone in the baseball peanut field, if you will, here at Pace Patriot Stadium. Quarterback takes the snap, shotgun. He rolls around his left side. He's got a receiver open, and it's packed to the turf by the cornerback for Pace.
Well, Widener coming up there next, knocking the ball down. Pardon me. Go ahead, Brad.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I was just going to say fantastic play by Widener. And as we saw last week, too, he had a great interception, and that eventually led to an offensive touchdown by him later in that drive. So he's definitely a very solid player on both ends of the field.
All right, that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. No gain on that. Devonsha O'Neal, number 9, staying in that formation.
Flag on the play. Near umpire threw a flag before the play even started. And it looks like
a sideline warning.
Yeah, against the Pace Patriots. So that's the first. So Pensacola stay in their pro set as they come out. The quarterback, A.G. Floyd, in shotgun with Kennedy in the backfield. Third down, about 7.
O'Neal
Floyd
takes
gets
the
ball.
slap, rolls right. O'Neal scrambling, looking for a guy, and he throws it incomplete. Was looking for Courtney George on the little in route and could not complete it. It will be 4th down for the Pensacola Tigers.
Well, just like you were mentioning before, that both passes that he's trying to throw in the last 2 passes, one hit Widener in the hands, the other one hit the ground, so he hasn't started off very well. So we'll see whether Pensacola's going to stick to that air game or if they're going to try to push it more on the ground. But out comes the Pensacola punting team with Widener back for the Pace Patriots as a receiver or the punt returner.
High snap, gets the punt off,
Oh,
and he
horrible.
absolutely shanks the punt. Ladies and gentlemen, that punt went about 15 yards, and Pace will set up at the 37 of Pensacola.
I counted 8 yards on that one of them moving that. They didn't even have to move the down markers. They just let them go the opposite direction almost. Beautiful. So Pace Patriots started an awesome 31-yard line of Pensacola.
Wow, what a punt. And, watching Pensacola High in warm-ups tonight, definitely got several athletes, and they're just definitely a young program trying to put the pieces together. Here comes the Patriots for their first series of the night.
Simmons motions Widener across, fakes the Tyner, runs it up the middle, gets hit hard, and will take about a 2-yard gain, setting up 2nd down and 8.
Wow, the Mike linebacker stepped up for Pensacola High, and he let Tyner know who he was on this homecoming football game. And Tyner will actually pick up. They're going to say a little over a yard in the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 9 for the Pace Patriots. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. 10 minutes and 39 seconds here in the first quarter of action.
Got 2 running backs with Widener on the right-hand side. Simmons is looking to the right side. He's got Widener that he catches the ball for about a 20-yard gain on the Pensacola 5-yard line.
Wow, and I'm surprised that there wasn't a flag thrown that play because the defender for Pensacola High, he had a handful of jersey from my vantage point, but no harm, no foul. It's 1st down. I can't see it from my vantage point. Where are they going to spot that ball?
They got it spotted about the 7-yard line, and if we've learned anything, I think Coach is going to have Simmons run this up the middle. But we got a receiver coming around. There goes Simmons up the middle, as predicted. So he gets tackled about between the 5 and 4-yard line. Let's see what they mark it at the 5-yard line for a gain of about 2 yards.
Well, we'll say this. So far tonight, Pensacola High's defensive line has done a great job at the point of contact in breaking down those lanes and, of course, preventing the big run from happening. They shut down Tyner that early play and now Simmons. And so we'll see what happens here. 2nd down and goal for the Pace Patriots.
So they come out in pro formation again. 2 running backs in the backfield with Simmons. Simmons fakes the handoff, runs it up the middle again. He gains another 3-yard lines, taking it to the 2-yard line of the Pensacola Tigers.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. Are we in 4-down territory, guys, or do you kick a field goal if you don't get it here?
Too early. You have one of the best kickers in the conference in Reese Griffith. Still perfect on the year. I would definitely give him the nod if they don't get it here. But as you can see, 2 receivers to the right, no receivers to the left, and it looks like Pace will call a timeout. Ken Smith did not like something he saw on the field, and we will be back in just a moment.
And we're back here live at Pace Patriots Stadium in beautiful downtown Pace, Florida. Homecoming week for us. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Patriots and see if they can put it in their first drive. And if not, we'll see what happens. But I have a feeling they'll score right here.
I got a feeling Tyner's going to take this up the middle, but they got twins left with Tyner in the backfield with Simmons in shotgun formation.
Simmons looking back at the sideline for the play.
Tyner
motions
moved up. The
Simmons
block for
rushes up the middle,
Simmons.
and he is in for the touchdown. Nick Simmons with yet another rushing touchdown on the season. And the Patriots take a 6-0 lead early against the Pensacola Tigers.
Direct snap to Simmons, and he goes in easily there. Nice blocking up front by the offensive line. There are the fireworks, folks. So we kick off our homecoming score here early with 9 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter of action. Of course, Pensacola High received the ball first. It was 4 and out, and of course sort of a muffed punt there for about 15 yards and gave the Patriots perfect field position as they drove it in for the score.
And Griffith's PAT is
blocked.
blocked
Are they going
by
to pick
the
it up?
Tigers.
Wow. That's the first time that's happened all year.
And that will be Reese Griffith's first missed PAT or field goal of the season. Honestly looked like a good kick, but Pensacola rushed in their guys late, right at the snap, timed it perfectly, and were able to get through and block his kick.
So, from a recruiting perspective, does that hurt him, or do you think that's a kind of understood par for the course in the kicking world?
That's definitely understandable, and I think that should be more so on the offensive line and just kind of the linemen protecting him. I don't think that faults in the Reese Griffith. Now, if he would have taken too long to kick the ball, definitely. But he didn't look like he went through his normal routine and it was just blocked.
Of course, my vantage point here in the press box, I couldn't see Reese in that kick on the left side of the field. But was there any contact? Did he run into anybody when that happened?
No.
And, of course, it was too quick to call fire play or something and to get out of it. So with that, Reese will take some of his aggression out probably on this kick. I imagine he'll probably kick it to Pensacola Bay at this point. But we'll see if the Pace Patriots can stop the Pensacola High School Tigers. Now, kind of just playing the reverse role here, Top, if you were the offensive coordinator of Pensacola High, what would you run against this Pace defense after seeing that first series?
Well, I don't have any confidence in the quarterback's arm after that first series. But, I mean, so let's see what kind of run game they got. He doesn't know what to expect from the Pace side, so we'll see if they try to pick an individual on the defensive line and go after him or not. Definitely not going to go after number 6, but maybe there's somebody else out there they want to pick on.
And Reese Griffith's kick goes to the end zone, and there will be no return here in the state of Florida tonight. And so it'll come out deja vu on the 20 again. And so we'll take that all night long. 9 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first quarter of action. 6-0 Patriots on top.
And as you were mentioning, Todd, if Pensacola does decide to rely more on the rushing game, they're really going to have to get a lot out of senior Kennedy and senior O'Neal. It hasn't been a great rushing season for them, only 276 rushing yards. So this offense has really struggled pretty much everywhere. But we'll see if Devonta O'Neal can pick it up
So
here.
Pensacola comes out in a pro set, shotgun formation, and they send their quarterback up the left side for a gain of about 4 yards.
And that was actually A.J. Floyd on the take out of the Wildcat.
So as we were mentioning, maybe he's going to start using the run game and using the quarterback If you look on your stats, is he the leading rusher, or is there a running back the leading rusher for that Pensacola?
No, actually, Theodore Jackson is their leading rusher. Oh, I'm sorry, Jaquan Kennedy. Excuse me.
So it's a little wrinkle that they're coming out with, trying to get the quarterback started. Maybe a couple hits, it'll loosen him up. So he's in pro formation. He hands it off to Kennedy, as just forementioned. He did not get a gain on that play, so this is going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Great tackle by Braden Gates and Brandon Beckham, who was also named to the homecoming court earlier tonight.
So he's homecoming runner-up, and he's making tackles. What else could you ask for?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Pensacola Tigers, heading towards that north end zone. 8:50 left here in the first quarter of action.
Come back out into pro formation with one receiver left, one right. Shotgun formation for A.J. Floyd. Floyd tries to run, but he passes. And I did not catch his number. Number 3, it looks like. 35. I'm sorry. 35. Courtney George had it in his hands about 2 yards past the.
Now, if you notice something there, that they ran a little wheel route, Pensacola did, and it was wide open. That very similar to that play that Gulf Breeze ran to score in the last few seconds last week. So maybe Pensacola High saw something. They just didn't have the catch there to convert for the first down. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and the Tigers will kick. Here's the punt, much better this time.
Widener on the return takes it, and he muffs the catch.
The
ball
ball
looks
goes
like
out.
it rolled out of bounds, and it looks like Pace will retain possession of it. But a very scary play by Widener.
Widener trying to make something happen. So if you look at Pensacola High this year, they've given up a lot of points on their defense. They give it 51 to Washington, 35 to Tate, 41 to Pine Forest, 38 to Gulf Breeze, 35 to Catholic last week. And so their offense is scoring. Actually, they've scored 8 points 3 weeks in a row. And then, of course, 26 on Tate and 43 on Washington. So they can score. They haven't scored in the past 3 weeks too much. 7:28 officially left on the clock here, first quarter of action. Sure glad we got that one back, right?
Mm-hmm. With them muffing it forward, it actually got a few yards on it, too, because they're going to be starting on about the 43-yard line of Pensacola. So 2 possessions both times starting on Pensacola's side. It's not a bad way to start the game. So the referees are talking that neither offense of the Pace or the defense of Pensacola have actually headed out into the field to prepare for the start of this series. And there they go finally. So that wasn't just dead air.
Go back out, led by Nick Simmons and Ben Tyner, along with Jason Alford as well. As you can see, Pace will set up at about the 44-yard line. Tyner motions out to the left. Simmons takes it, throws it to Tyner. Tyner running, gets a couple blocks, stumbles forward to about the 35-yard line, and it will set up 2nd and 2 for the Patriots.
And Tyner would like to have that one back. He tripped over his own feet, or perhaps there was a blade of grass there, and now he's down. And so he probably would have taken that one to the house had he kept his balance there. No harm, no foul. 2nd down and 2. Ball spotted right at the 35-yard line of Pensacola High, marching towards that south end zone.
Widener goes in motion, hands it off to Tyner up to the right side. Tyner gets a couple of blockers, makes a nice cut, and Tyner will get to about the 26-yard line of Pensacola.
So Pace Patriot first down.
Already 2 plays on this drive, both fantastic runs by Tyner. I would definitely like to see him get more involved as they are showing on this drive. Him and Simmons have been a very potent rushing attack that few teams have been able to stop this season. As Patriots come out of the huddle, 2 receivers to the left, Alford in the backfield along with Tyner and Simmons. Simmons takes the snap, drops back. Simmons looking left, can't find anyone, scrambles up the middle, throws it on the run to Widener, and Widener will take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Wow, that looked easy there for Widener, and of course he had a defender on him, but managed to get behind him and turned on that speed for the touchdown, and just like that, we have another score.
And give credit to Simmons right there, not known as a passing quarterback, but able to step up in the pocket, make a throw on the run, and get it to Widener in stride for a nice touchdown. And we'll see if Griffith can convert on this PAT attempt.
Definitely something to work on, though, what the breakdown was. There's the kick, and he's going to get it this time.
It's a flag on the play, but it looked like Pensacola was offsides. So wait for the official result. Pace is running off the field with their special teams, so referee must have seen the same thing I did. He's got the flag in the hand, and we'll mark it off for the kickoff.
And just like that, it's going to be 13-0. So we'll take it. So what are your thoughts on that drive, Brad?
A very, very well-balanced offense, and it certainly helps with the special teams malfunctions of Pensacola High. Their punting has not been very good at all, and that's given Pace not a lot of room to go and score these touchdowns. But, of course, their offense has moved it very well. Widener on 2 excellent catches, one for going for a touchdown, and Simmons running for another.
And because of that penalty on the extra point, the Pace Patriots will kick the ball off from the 45-yard line of Pensacola. So it will be an easy chip shot for Reese Griffith to get it into the end zone.
So we're looking at 13 points and scored under 9 minutes.
Now you
That's
watch the ball
incredible.
ball spotted at the 45. Let's see if he could make a field goal from the 45, 55-yard field goal. I think it was good, don't you?
It might have been good, just on a little bit to the right. So it's entertaining to watch that guy kick the ball.
And as we saw last week during warm-ups against Gulf Breeze, he did hit field goals from 60 yards. So we know he has the leg. It's more so about the accuracy and just making sure it goes through the uprights.
All right, 6 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the first quarter of action. 13-0, Pace on top. Pace has scored on both their drives. They have not been stalled by this Pine Forest, this Pensacola High defense yet, as Pensacola High has punted on both their possessions so far. And so, really, I don't think Pensacola High, according to mine, they haven't even got a first down yet, have they?
They have not.
And so it's been 3 and out both times. And of course they easily could have got a first down the last drive, that wheel route that was dropped to the turf. And so that's good news for the Patriots. So the ball is officially going to be spotted at the 20. I'm not sure. There seems to be some confusion on the with the referees. And can you make anything out of that, Top?
Not a thing. Everybody's standing at the 30-yard line. Should be pushing them back, and we see the chain gang. They're just as confused as the referees, and the rest of the staff is out here just looking on. So people at home, please give us a second while they try to figure out what's going on, because it looks like they're about to literally re-kick the ball. So
Wonder why
off the
what
40
would cause that?
So I didn't see a flag at all, but
No.
But Griffith again is setting the ball down at the 40-yard line, so they're going to give him a second attempt at a 50-yard field goal. Entertaining for me.
Not really sure why this happened, but okay. Should be an easy task for Griffith.
Griffith will do a little squib onside kick, and it's bobbled by Pensacola
and picked up
recovered
by
by the Patriots.
Oh my gosh, that was number 40.
Logan Handtrick, the sophomore, with a recovery.
Pensacola was there. He just couldn't close his hands close enough, and it bounced off his helmet straight up into the air and in the Pace Patriots' hands.
I'll tell you, that's the last thing I expected from Pace, is to do an onside kick like that. Maybe that was aggravation. I don't know, but
well, as they say, pedal to the metal, and it appears that Pace is doing exactly that in this first quarter. Already up 13-0, and they are already deep in Pensacola territory with about 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
Maybe it was maybe it could have been an offsides or something, and maybe Pensacola elected to re-kick or something of that nature. I really can't piece together what happened to cause the re-kick. But nevertheless, it's Patriot ball again with 6:11 left here in the first quarter. We could score 3 times. I don't think we've scored 3 times in the first quarter all year. And so definitely be a record for this season, as Pace going under final instructions from Coach Smith.
Pace Patriots must realize it's homecoming weekend over here against Pensacola, because they look astounding. Absolutely. They haven't looked as good, I think, at any of the games that we've watched so far or broadcast so far this year. So, special teams, defense, offense, I don't know what else.
So Simmons and Tyner will come back out onto the field. We have 2 trips left. Alford and Tyner in the backfield with Simmons. Simmons motions Tyner out. Simmons takes the snap, drops back. Simmons steps up in the pocket, throws to the Tyner, incomplete, dangerous throw with Theodore Jackson on the coverage.
I would like to think that Simmons was just purposely throwing it over Tyner's head, just so running back didn't get hit, and there was no chance for an interception. So we'll just assume that's what it was.
It looks like the Patriots are being a little bit creative with their passing game tonight, doing some things we haven't seen before, and of course that little route there. So I think maybe with the feeling a little bit more comfortable against this Pensacola High defense to try some new things, perhaps.
So they come out twins left. The right running back is Widener, who comes across the field. He's handed off to him, and he takes it up the left side out to about the 23-yard line. So they motion that right receiver, hand off to him.
They're going to say he was officially tackled at the 16-yard line. Pensacola High, nice gain for Widener, pick up at the first down with 5:59 left here in the first quarter of action. And it looks like a timeout's called. Might be a referee's timeout, official water break. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pace Patriots Sports Radio. And we are back, and pardon us, it wasn't an official water break, but it was an injury timeout. And so a young Pensacola Tiger out there, and he seems like he's walking off on his own power, so we wish him the best with 5 minutes, 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Pace with a fresh set of downs thanks to the first Widener first down. Here's 1st and 10.
Alford in motion. Simmons takes the snap, fakes at the Tyner. Simmons dropping back, scrambling, pressure coming. Simmons rolling to his right and throws it away smartly out of bounds. It will be 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots.
And I will say this, it's a great opportunity if you're going to run some passing plays to give Simmons, who's only a sophomore, folks, this is a good opportunity for him to kind of get that feel where I'd say 80% of the plays we ran this year have been running plays, either Tyner, Simmons, or Widener. But this is a golden opportunity, a game situation to give him that feel. We might get down the road in the playoff situation where our running game just isn't there, and so we might need him to throw the ball. And, of course, the more experience that Simmons can get reading his different reads, his options he can throw to, the better he's going to be in the long run. So I think that's a good move. But it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10, and they're going to say he lost yardage on that play. I'm not sure how since he threw it away.
As you said about opening the playbook up earlier, Pace's next 3 games are against Tate, at Navarre, and against Milton. So obviously they can't rely on the running game as much. Both Navarre and Milton have stout rushing defenses. So opening up Simmons' passing ability will be imperative for the Patriots.
So there must have been a penalty on one of those 2 plays because I see 2nd down again, but with a minus 5 yards. But Simmons takes it up the middle. And he gets ahead for about 8-yard gain, taking him to the 12-yard line. And if you're listening at Pensacola, that one injury that we had was a Daquan Gaddy, number 4. So just keep that in mind. We'll let you know if he comes back onto the field.
They're going to say he was officially stopped, Simmons at the 12-yard line. And so that's going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 for the Pace Patriots. See if they can convert here. They've been successful all night long. 5 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first quarter of action. 13-0, Pace on top. And, of course, nice little onside kick gave them the ball here for this series. Let's see what happens.
Patriots break the snap. Widener in motion. Simmons rolls to his left. Simmons pitches it to Widener. Widener down the sideline. Gets hit hard by Jaquan Kennedy of Pensacola, but able to hang onto the ball and get it to down about the 4-yard line.
So he'll pick up the first down for sure, and then some, and that's going to set up first and goal for the Pace Patriots. It's the first time I think we've seen a pure option play all year long. That was pretty. We'll call that option pretty. It's almost like Carl Madison was standing down there calling it himself. But with that, it's first and goal for the Pace Patriots.
All right, Tyner in the backfield with one receiver to the right with Simmons. He hands off to Tyner. Tyner tries to take it up the middle. He's got somebody right on him, so he gets maybe 1 yard on the play.
And once again, Jaquan Kennedy on the tackle, making his presence felt early on this Pensacola defense. Already 3 tackles so far in this first quarter.
And I'll say, like we said earlier, this Pensacola High defensive line, they're doing their job stuffing the holes tonight. Tyner and Simmons, anything inside, they're having to earn all the way tonight. And so that's going to bring up second down.
So
we have
Pace
4
brought
minutes.
out there. They took the tight end off the field. They got 2 receivers to the right with Tyner and Simmons in the backfield. Simmons takes it up the middle himself, waiting for the official call. Referees say it must be down at the inch line. I don't see any hands in the air.
Well,
so.
about half the Pace Patriots on their sideline had their hands up like it was a score, but of course the line judge sees it the best.
And it looks like they will call it a touchdown as Reese Griffith and the special teams does run out onto the field. And Reese will have his 3rd PAT attempt of the game.
All right.
Griffith knocks it through, and it is a 20-0 lead for the Pace Patriots over the Pensacola Tigers in the first quarter.
Wow. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the first quarter of action. And we knew that Pensacola came into the game winless, but did you expect 3 scores like that quickly?
I think based off of what we saw last week against Pensacola, or not against Pensacola, but against Gulf Breeze, scoring 28 points in a high-scoring battle, I feel like Pace does have the offense to keep up with these opponents. It's more so about their secondary and their defense being able to lock down the opposing team's wide receivers. But as we've seen so far, that has not been an issue tonight. The quarterbacks had a lot of trouble throwing the ball just forward at this point, and we'll see if Devonta O'Neal can get going. But so far, a flawless start for the Patriots.
And of course, you got to think maybe Coach Smith. There was no JV game this week. I think they play on Monday, but so that would make a lot of opportunities for some JV guys if they get a comfortable lead, maybe to get some varsity experience for maybe some of your sophomores and maybe juniors that are on JV. So
especially Ethan Diamond, backup quarterback. Junior, like you said, could get a lot of playing time.
Absolutely.
So the kick is off. And Pensacola is going to pick it up about the 2-yard line. And they're coming up. He's past the 20 on the left-hand side. And the Pace Patriots, they got about 4 people over there tackling him. So officially, he made it out to 20-yard line. That was number 5 that on the return.
I guess they're not going to give him his forward program. Maybe they will. I'm going to say he was down around the 20-yard line. So Pensacola High will come out for their 3rd series of the night, if you don't count the fumble on the kick return.
Too high safety look for the Patriots. Meanwhile, O'Neal in the backfield along with A.G. Floyd. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. O'Neal drops back, takes the snap, hands it off to Floyd. Floyd making a couple nice cuts, running up across the left sideline, and gets to about the 4-yard line. Flags are thrown on the play.
Yeah, flags to the sideline. So I'm not sure what that could be from this way, but they were getting him out of bounds. Could it be a late hit?
Late hit, or maybe it was a hold by one of the receivers since they had 3 of them on that side. It's quite possible that Floyd got back there too quick, and they didn't know what to do with themselves.
The Tigers are backing up.
And here's the white hat saying
It's
illegal block. Or was it?
Our legal block against the Pensacola High Tigers. 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here, folks, in the first quarter of action. 20-0, Pace on top.
Trips right, one receiver to the left. looks like number 9 in the backfield.
Looks like a man coverage set up by the Patriots in coverage. One high safety, and O'Neal will take the snap, hands it off, fakes it to Floyd, takes the option himself, and runs for a modest gain of about 4 yards.
So I got O'Neal officially marked down as a running back. So it looks like they may be changing up their play. Play a little bit of wildcat for a while until they see what's going on.
And they've ran that set a couple times tonight. Second down, they're actually caught second down and 4 for Pensacola High. Let's see if they can convert for the first time this game.
And they got Floyd out there, the starting quarterback, but they moved him to receiver. He's the lone left receiver with trips to the right.
O'Neal drops back, throws it, completes it to Quan Kennedy before he is tackled and wrapped down by Derwin Jones, number 14 junior for the Patriots.
So Pensacola High will move the sticks, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to say he was officially tackled at the 31-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. 20-0 pace on top. Pensacola High marching towards the north end zone, but still in their own territory.
So trips right, one receiver to the left. O'Neal still the quarterback in shotgun formation with a running back there. He looks to his left. He's running he has nobody out there, so he's just throwing it away. But he was outside the box, so it's just a good throwaway. We'll bring up second down and 10.
And that's the first time tonight that we've seen real pressure by this Patriots front seven. That was Jackson Ward and Will Rhodes, the junior Wards, and honestly a fantastic play by both of them. If Pace can be able to get consistent pressure on O'Neal and this Pensacola offense, I could definitely see this game getting out of hand very quickly.
So I think you're right.
So Pensacola comes out in the same formation, trips right, one receiver to the left. O'Neal runs it, and it looks like an option play. He throws the ball backwards, but fumbles it, and he fumbled it, but it went out of bounds, so it's going to be a loss of good 5 yards.
Yeah, Pensacola High trying to establish the option there, and there was he got popped as he was trying to pitch to the running back, the quarterback, and with that, the ball rolls out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to bring up third down and 15, we'll call it. Ball actually went out of bounds at right about the 26-yard line of Pensacola High. Coming out with trips to the right, shotgun formation.
Yeah, one receiver to the left, the running back in the backfield with O'Neal. O'Neal's yelling at his center, and off they go. He looks to his left. He's looking downfield. There's nothing there. He throws it right down the middle. 17's got Pace beat.
Ooh.
But he did not make the completion.
Wow, the wideout. He was running the deep route there, and he had everybody beat.
Yeah, Nicholas Jones put on the burners and was able to beat out this Patriots secondary, which, as we've said before, has been the main concern and often the Achilles heel of this Patriots team. So a lucky break for them with the overthrow by O'Neal.
So Pensacola brings out a different punter. Last time A.J. Floyd had punted the ball. Now we have number 85. Or it looks like 85 from here. I'm sorry. I'll get the proper number.
Kind of hard to see Pensacola High's numbers. That white and that maroon don't clash that well.
Punt by Cameron Hamilton, a junior. Hamilton takes the punt. Interesting form on it and bounces at about the 50, and it is down at the 48 of Pensacola.
Wow, the punt doesn't even make it cross midfield, so that's kind of been the Achilles heel tonight for Pensacola High because every possession that Pace has had has been in great field position on the field. So I think 55 seconds, a minute and 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Do you think, Brad, that Pace could put it in one more time before we go to the second quarter?
Absolutely, absolutely. This offense by Simmons, Tyner, and Widener has been electric this far. And I think it can continue for the rest of the game, but I would expect them to run the clock out here into the second quarter. Simmons takes the snap, hands it off to Tyner. Tyner running left. Tyner makes a nice couple cuts and is down at about the 44-yard line. For a gain of 4, it will be 2nd and 6 for the Patriots.
Pensacola's Witherspoon, his last name is 45. Nice tackle. He got off the offensive guard that had come around to try to block him and saved a good 7 yards.
Yeah. Thaddeus Witherspoon, number 45, he's been swarming all over the football field tonight for Pensacola High, making some tackles. It's going to bring up second down, and we'll call it 6 for the Patriots. Here's
Simmons
the snap.
fakes the handoff. Simmons runs up the middle, makes a nice cut, makes a couple men miss, and he is running hard downfield, down to about the 26-yard line of Pensacola. Big run by Simmons, and the Patriots move the chains with about 1:14 left.
Wouldn't it be something if Diamond replaces him before even the first quarter ends?
Well, like you could tell, Simmons, he hit the ground hard that time. He got up, but I bet he felt that.
So Pensacola takes a timeout. Their coaches want to talk to their defense. I guess the first word that comes in their mouth is Simmons, and when they leave, the next word will be Simmons.
What do you? I mean,
Follow him.
if you're Pensacola High, do you bring an extra man in the box? Do you try and to contain that running game?
I would. I definitely would. And I don't think they'd either play as much coverage as they have been. Honestly, Widener has been the only passing threat so far. Nash Pyers, number 2, has not really seen any targets thus far. So I would put another man in the box and occasionally throw a corner blitz. But as it seems, Pensacola, that is not in their interest to do so.
And I know Simmons is going to hate for me to say this, but after taking that last hit, I'd like to see Tyner start running that ball just a little bit more, give that quarterback a little bit of rest, make sure he's going to make it to the homecoming dance tomorrow. So Pace comes out. Pensacola's coming out. Pace comes out with twins right, one receiver to the left, Tyner in the backfield with Simmons. First and 10 from the 26-yard line. Simmons looks to his left. He's got
throwing it deep down the sideline. The Pyers.
Pyers
is incomplete.
Pyers had a step on his cornerback.
Great coverage by Kyman Sims of Pensacola, but
Simmons just outthrew him by maybe a yard. It was close. Pyers did beat his guy, but he was just a yard too hard on that
Number
pass.
81, Remington Rawls checks into the ball game. The junior for Pace.
Junior Mills, the senior, subs out.
1:05 left in the first quarter. We're still in the first quarter as Pace comes out. 2nd down and 10.
And it's a handoff to Tyner up the middle. Tyner takes it to 20, 19. So he gets tackled about the 18-yard line of Pensacola. Should bring up 3rd down and 1.
And I'll tell you, I have been around the game for years, and to have a sophomore running back like Tyner, that is just to step up the plate and play varsity football at the sophomore age. That's just amazing. That shows maturity on his part to be able to do that. And I can't imagine what Tyner's going to be like as a senior. Could you imagine just 2 years from now, 2 more years to lift weights and get fast and do his thing? And he's going to be turning heads in 2 more years.
So 3rd down and 1. Pace was trying to catch him offsides, but they hold off. Simmons tries to take it himself. Looks like he got ahead for about 3 yards, which will be good enough for a Pace first down. Referee's coming in. He's setting the ball down on the 16-yard line.
I thought he
Waiting
got
for
it.
The official call.
3rd down and no, they're gonna say move the sticks. Looks like.
Yep, first down.
First down.
Start running the clock with 9, 8, 7. They're not going to be able to get a play off before the end of the quarter.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter of action, and we're going to flip the field, and we'll play the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Pace Patriots Sports Radio. We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back here live, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida, as the Pace Patriots 20-0 as we start the second quarter of action, and they'll get the ball right at about the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Simmons takes a snap, rolls out to his right, throw on the run, complete to Nash Pyers on the right sideline. That will be a gain of about 5 yards.
They're going to say Pirates went out at the 11-yard line, so officially it's going to be 2nd down and 5. I'll take that all day long. And, again, 20-0 starting the second quarter. I'd like to welcome our crowd coming in from Pensacola High tonight. And a little disclaimer, as we always do, we kind of lean towards the Pace Patriots here, but we like to welcome all to hear the game. 2nd down.
Simmons takes a snap, hands it off to Tyner up the middle. Tyner stuffed by the Pensacola High defensive line and will get a modest gain back about to the line of scrimmage, setting up a 3rd and 5.
I tell you, I was really interested. We've only seen it once, but we ran the option, and I think maybe that might be a reaction to just the defensive line that Pensacola does have. They're pretty impressive in stuffing the inside game here this evening, so we might see the option again, or maybe even the midline from Simmons. Going over final instructions from Coach Smith, what he wants to do here.
And it looks like Pace will call a timeout, their 2nd of the half.
I guess they couldn't get the play in or what they wanted to run, so Coach Smith wanted to talk about it. I don't believe Milton High School, our rival, we'll see in a few weeks. I don't believe they have a game tonight. But as we have scores from around the area come in, we'll update you tonight.
And in the 4S district, a couple games last night, Navarre was able to take down Mosley 38-35, while Pensacola Catholic destroyed Gulf Breeze, who was here last week at Pace Patriot Stadium. Pensacola Catholic triumphed 38-17 as they move to a respectable 4-2 on the year.
All right, so we're ready to go again. Pace Patriots come out with twins left, one receiver to the right. Simmons rolls to his left. He's looking. He turns around. He's rolling to his right. He's got a receiver in the back. It's Widener in the end zone.
Wow. Simmons rolled to the left, and he had a crash of Pensacola High Tigers. He rolls. He spins back to the other right, opposite end of the field, and he finds his receiver wide open. That shows a little bit of maturity there. He's kind of growing in the position.
Absolutely. Already multiple passing touchdowns tonight, and we've seen a lot of growth from him on that side of the offense. But I do want to give a lot of credit to fullback Jason Alford, number 34. Fantastic cut block on one of Pensacola's defenders that let him be able to roll around and roll back to the right side.
It's a team game. Here's the kick. It looks like it's going to be good. So just like that, the Pace Patriots up 27-0 early in the second quarter, 10:34, and things are rolling right for the Patriots tonight. Of course, it's homecoming. Again, let's remind our audience, Brad, who was our homecoming king and queen tonight?
Yes. Once again, big congratulations to Jason Alford, who we just mentioned earlier, number 34. He is your 2022 homecoming king, and your 2022 homecoming queen is Kendall Wise, who is a cheerleader you will see down on the sideline, also an avid weightlifter.
Yeah, I think didn't she? If I might be misspoken here, but I think I remember her lifting at state last year.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. One of the best lifters in the entire state of Florida. Absolutely amazing for both of them. And shout out to everyone else who made the homecoming court.
Absolutely. Just that in itself is definitely worthy of note. And so with that, we're going to kick it off. Reese Griffith do the honors. There's the boot, and it's going to fall short of the end zone this time. We're going to get actual return, Pensacola High. Pensacola High, there's a cowboy collar. It looks like he got run from behind. The referee didn't see it, but or maybe it's just the jersey they grabbed there. But no harm, no foul. They're going to say that Pensacola High made it forward progress to about the 13-yard line.
That was a good return there from Jeremy Goley, number 20 of Pensacola. So, as you said, they start off in their 20, No, I'm sorry.
No, it's going to be about.
The 12-yard line.
I think they would have had it better if they just let it go in the end zone. So Pensacola High, who has not been able to score tonight so far, but they've had a couple promising attempts, a wheel route, and they had, of course, that deep pass that was overthrown in the last series. I think that they'll probably wind up scoring here sooner or later, but when something connects. Pensacola High going to come out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, shotgun formation with 1 running back behind the quarterback.
So that's O'Neal that's still back there as quarterback, hands it off to Kennedy. Maybe he might have lost a yard on that, trying to go up the left-hand side.
It looks like he might have lost yard if he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Number 42 for the Pace Patriots, Jackson Ward in on the tackle there. 10 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the second quarter of action. Pace Patriots homecoming on top, 27-0.
So O'Neal comes back, gets the instruction from his coach. We got twins left, twins right, with Kennedy in the backfield with O'Neal in shotgun formation. And O'Neal fakes the jet sweep and goes deep. And nearly intercepted by Widener.
That's good coverage there by Widener.
Fantastic play by Widener on the sideline. And it is worth noting on the Patriots sideline, we can see number 19, Ethan Diamond, warming up with his fellow receiver, Carson Wright, as it looks like Ethan Diamond may get his chance in the second quarter of this game against Pensacola.
Well, that's just smart move by head coach Ken Smith to preserve his starting quarterback. I think either of those young men could probably play quarterback, but Simmons is the starter, and so you want to preserve him and get him ready for next week. So good story there.
Absolutely. 3 trips left, 1 receiver to the right, similar formation. O'Neal takes the snap, drops back, throws it, rolls out to his right, evading pressure, sets his feet, throws, and almost intercepted by Braden Gates, the junior cornerback of the Patriots. That will be another punt upcoming for the Tigers.
Well, I think that was smart for O'Neal. He got close to the sideline, and then before he goes out of bounds, he just threw it down the field and to avoid losing yardage there. So 9 minutes and 33 seconds. It's going to be 4th down for Pensacola High, and they will punt. And the ball, of course, they really haven't. The ball's at the original line of scrimmage, of course, and so it's going to be punting from near the goal line. The punter will be actually at about looks like he's standing at about the 4-yard line, and so it'll be another shallow punt most likely, and good field position for the Patriots. Here's the snap. No, it's going to go high snap. He gets the punt off though. It's going to be a shallow punt. And it is going to land in the neighborhood of the 25-yard line. So we'll call it, about a 20-yard punt there?
No, it was actually an 11-yard punt. I was looking at it across the side. Once again, the chain gang ain't going to have to move very far for it. So
11-yard punt if you count the if you're measuring from the line of scrimmage.
No, and so far Pace's offense has had fantastic starting field position. All of their starting drives have started at least the 50 or better, which is absolutely bewildering to say. And out on the field comes Ethan Diamond, the junior quarterback, as we were mentioning earlier. Tyner is also in the backfield. Diamond hands it off, fakes the pass, hands it off to Tyner. Tyner running up the left side and gets a fantastic gain. That will be a gain of about 13 yards down to the 10-yard line. Make it 15. I am sorry.
So first down for Ben Tyner. And, I think that when you look at Ethan Diamond, it's sort of like night and day, different styles of quarterback between he and Simmons. So might see a little bit more of the spread, a little bit more of a throwing, and then of course he'll hand it off to the running back, and we can score that way too. But they both have their talents. So 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Let's see if the Patriots can put it in.
Hands it off to Tyner once again up the middle. Tyner breaks off a couple tackles and will be stopped at about the 6-yard line. It will be 2nd down and goal for the Patriots.
So, Brad, we're so used to calling Ben Tyner's name at that running back position. I have to imagine that at some point, if this continues, he'll take a seat on the bench too. Who is his backup?
Yeah, it's a good point that you brought that up, and that would typically be Jason Alford, who is the fullback. He would be the next man up for the Patriots. He's already been in the game quite a bit, but getting him acclimated to a workhorse role in the backfield would be smart. Diamond takes the snap, throws it across the middle, tipped up in the air, incomplete. A flag does throw, likely pass interference.
Well, everyone's looking. White Hat is talking to the back judge there. See what it was. We'll find out in just a minute. 27-0. Pace Patriots on top with 6:16 left, or 8:16, excuse me, in the second quarter. And maybe you can see the White Hat easier than I can, Brad, from there. It looks like he's still trying to figure out what's happened. Pace Patriots run to the line of scrimmage, want to run and play, but referee says, wait a minute.
So we got holding on Pensacola.
So that'll be half the distance to the goal for the Patriots. We have
Was
replay of second down, or actually a new set of fresh downs. It will be first and goal.
It should
at the
be. It's still
3.
second down on the far marker. You're absolutely right, Brad, but they haven't changed anything over there. So Diamond hikes the ball, hands it off to Tyner, who goes up the middle again. Pace is actually waiting for that one. So
Tyner's going to be stopped. I don't even know if, would you say he even gained a yard, or maybe he just got back to the line of scrimmage?
I think he just made it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's coming up third down and goal for the Patriots. And I think that if with 7:53 left in the second quarter of action, if they can't put it in here, they definitely could throw a bone to their kicker, Reese Griffith, and let him pad his stats a little bit here.
Diamond pitches it to Ben Tyner. Tyner going across the right side of the field, dives into the end zone. Looks like he got the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play.
They're going to say he was down at the 1, and where that flag is, it usually means a holding penalty.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Holding Pace. Looks, I believe Pensacola will be taking this. Repeat third down, but starting on the 14-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Ooh, 18-yard line. So
It's going to bring up third down, third and goal. 7 minutes and 33 seconds left, 27-0.
And as you mentioned earlier, the great thing about Ethan Diamond's play style is the ability to go with the spread offense. So on these long third down plays, it's a much greater chance of getting it through the air than it is to the ground. As Diamond rolls out to his left on a bootleg, throws it across, incomplete, was looking for Joseph Skipworth, the sophomore tight end, but could not connect. And Reese Griffith and the Patriots special teams will come out for a modest field goal attempt.
It was in and out of the hands of Skipworth. He had it, but was unable to bring it in. And just like that, we're going to see if we can get 3 points. I think something's better than nothing here, of course. And Griffith, this should be well within his range.
he'll be kicking off the 25-yard line, which give it a 35-yard field goal attempt.
He's a left footer.
Griffith is 2 of 2 on the season thus far on field goal attempts.
Ooh, it's a little low, and he missed it. It was low and to the outside, to the right of the goal, but
there's a flag
everybody's
on the
standing
play.
around. Yep.
Flag's going to be against
Offsides.
Pensacola High offsides. That might be why he missed it. I think maybe the center was hit early, which caused a chain reaction because the hold in the place was not there. It looked like there was a little bit of a delay there on the kick. So we'll wipe that one away from the records. Kick is up.
Kicks it up. And the kick is good. That will make it a 30-0 lead for the Patriots over the Pensacola Tigers with 7:10 left in the second quarter.
Wow.
As you can see, the Pace High Band, the pride of the red, white, and blue, is walking out near the field, getting set up for their great halftime performance as always.
And they're wearing their full colors tonight, the uniform, and I think At this point, are they doing the full show, or is it just part of the show? Do you know?
I believe it will be the full show. They do have a performance upcoming, a state performance, and we wish them the best of luck as they look to show just why they are the pride of the red, white, and blue.
All right. So far this season, the Pace Patriots have scored in the 30s in 3 of their games, 35 against Gulf Breeze, 38 against St. Martin, 31 against Choctaw. And so they actually had 29 points against Crestview. So we're doing a lot of scoring tonight. Here's the kick, and it will be returned.
And goalie brings it out again. So he's out past the 15. He's at the 20 and gets upended by number 29.
They're going to say he was officially down at the 21-yard line of Pensacola High. Pensacola High, of course, heading this series towards the south end zone, towards Florida Town. It's going to bring up 7 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second quarter of action. But we expected Pace probably to win tonight. But my goodness, did you expect this, Top?
No, absolutely not. But I'm more curious because when Diamond came in, it seemed like the tempo had changed just a little bit. They weren't as worried about him running, and were playing off just a little bit as the cornerbacks and linebackers were doing. So I just want to see if the Pace defense stays on like they were. How that's going to interact over the next 3 quarters. Simmons gave Diamond an awful good lead. So
Pensacola comes out with 3 receivers lined up on the left, 1 on the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback's going to get the snap. He rolls out to his left, and he's getting chased by a host of Patriots. He finds a receiver. No, he's going to throw it out of bounds. And just like that, it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. But the quarterback, as you said earlier, he's got a little bit of time, just can't find anybody to throw it to.
I thought Pensacola's looked a little bit better since O'Neal took over as quarterback. He seems to be able to scramble out and look downfield a little bit better than number 7 was doing. What was that, Floyd, A.G. Floyd. So there's still a chance for Pensacola to put up some points on this.
Pensacola shows the same formation. O'Neal, shotgun formation. He's got 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 1 running back. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it up to the running back up the right-hand side. He'll be tripped after a gain of about 3 yards.
Fantastic ankle tackle by Braden Gates, the junior. We've been calling his name a lot tonight, and he's had a fantastic impact on the defensive side thus far. Great job being able to stop A.G. Floyd in his tracks, bringing up a 3rd down for the Tigers.
They were called 3rd down and 6. They gave him about 4 on that run, the referee. 6:30 left here in the second quarter. Pensacola High. There's a snap. They're going to hand it to the running back. Oh, the quarterback's going to keep it on the midline. He's going to run out of bounds on the right-hand side. He'll pick up the 1st down, folks. I believe this is their 2nd first down of the night, maybe 3rd. So officially we're going to spot the ball at the 34-yard line.
And it looks like it's an official timeout for water.
Well,
So
they're taking a timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here at Pace Patriot Stadium in beautiful downtown Pace, Florida for homecoming. And with that, 30-0, second quarter, 6:19, Pace on top. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line of Pensacola High, heading towards that south end zone. Trips to the left, 1 receiver on the right, shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to hand it off around the right side of the running back. He's going to get a couple yards. He's still on his feet, and he'll be finally pushed out after about a 5-yard gain.
That's Jermaine Culley's first rushing attempt of the night. We've seen him often on these kickoff attempts, but look for Pensacola to rotate between him and their starting running back, A.G. Floyd, moving forward.
All right, Pace Defense lining up. The Pensacola Tigers running the same formation. This time running back on the left side, shotgun formation. Here's the snap.
The snap, drops back, rolls left. O'Neal being chased by Tylon Lee, number 6, and Tylon Lee lays a big hit on O'Neal, but O'Neal able to throw the ball away, and it'll be no harm, no foul. Third down coming up.
O'Neal almost got, both referees were looking at each other because he didn't throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that's what the referees are talking about or not, but there's a late flag thrown out there.
O'Neal really had no time to do anything. He was trying to get out of Tylon Lee's way. And he actually hugged Tylon Lee after that play. He's like, "You get good one there." And that shows that's good sportsmanship there. 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and that penalty is gonna back up the Tigers even more. Intentional grounding there, they're gonna call it. So that'll bring up third down and 15 for Pensacola High. Ball's now going to be spotted at the 26-yard line. 26.
And it appears like there was a loss of down as well due to the intentional grounding penalty. So Pensacola will bring out their punt team for yet another punt tonight.
Would anybody want to put money on this? So he hasn't been able to punt. They had one good punt out of the 3 so far. So whether it makes it past the 50-yard line will be interesting.
And Widener's back at the Patriot 45-yard line. Starts to move up now and is moving up at about...
It looks like they pulled their punting team off, and Pensacola's just going to go for it.
I mean,
O'Neal back there.
At this point, is it worth the punt, or is it just 4-down territory now? Yeah.
I'd be a little gun shy if I was Pensacola about putting that punter back out there again when you're down by this many points.
Well, I would expect a punt next play. They did change it back to third down. So 3 trips left, one receiver right. Floyd in the backfield along with O'Neal. O'Neal does a hard count trying to get the Patriots to jump off sides. Unable to do so. O'Neal looking at the sideline. O'Neal communicating to his receivers about the upcoming play. O'Neal drops back, takes a snap. Rolling left, rolling right now. Chased by number 42, Jackson Ward. Ward hot on his tail, and he will throw it out of bounds. Now it is 4th down incoming.
Wow, number 17 for the Pensacola High Tigers, the receiver on the left side, upset. You could tell Nicholas Jones wanted that. He was wide open. And I just don't think that O'Neal had the time to get it to anybody.
Well, they were going after Brandon Gates on them because what was number 8, DeAndre Barr, was doing a curl route, and Gates would just read it. He went underneath it, and that blew up the whole play for
Has
O'Neal.
anybody figured out why they gave him the down back? It was 4th. They bumped it down to 3rd.
All right, so they come out with a new punter. Pensacola does.
4th down. Here's the punt.
Widener back deep at about the 45, and a flag thrown early at the play. It looks like a false start on the Tigers, and they will be moved back at about 5 yards.
Might have been a good thing. That was a horrible snap by the center. It was rolling back there to the punter. So might have a little grace given to him. So 36 is the new punter for Pensacola, Caleb Seagraves.
Tonight we're seeing varsity action for the first time all year. Junior Lions, number 9 for the Pace Patriots, out on the field. So we're glad to see him playing tonight. He was captain last week, but didn't play. 5-14. Here's the punt.
And a nice punt by Pensacola. Widener's going the field. It breaks a tackle, moving across, now past the 50, moving to about the 45, tiptoes, and stays in bounds.
And it's going to be a flag on Pace. Number 61 had a late hit on number 19 of Pensacola. And 3 referees seen it at the same time, and all 3 of them threw a flag. So it'll be a personal foul, if that's what I saw right.
Widener's return, do you think that was a little bit risky there to try and grab it out of the air like that? You're playing a big stakes game. Do you do that, or is it because of the environment, the homecoming, we're ahead? He's in a different situation. Do you think he'd make that same read, Brad?
It definitely looked a little risky with a couple of Pensacola High defenders right around him, but he was able to make a couple moves, shift out of it, and able to break 3 for about a 15-yard gain. I think it's completely fine as long as Widener knows that he's able to corral that ball in each and every single punt.
Well, as good as Pace was playing, I think Kent Smith, the head coach, got something finally to fire up his team about. These late hits, it just cost him 15 yards and put the ball, looks like about the 45-yard line of Pace. So the first really bad play that they've had this whole football game.
I think this is the first time all game that Pace has actually started the drive in their own territory.
And worth noting that Ethan Diamond has come out in favor of Nick Simmons. Simmons is back. He takes the snap, hands it off to Jason Alford, your homecoming king, and will be stopped for about...
He's still rumbling. He made a yard. It looked like John Allstock back there, just rumbling.
4:48 left here in the second quarter. And, folks, if you're interested in listening to the band, we will have that at halftime plus our halftime show after the band is done playing. That's going to bring up second down and 9 for the Patriots. Ball at the 46-yard line heading towards the north end zone. Here's the snap. Simmons is going to get the ball. He's going to throw it down to the right side. It will be dropped. Pass intended for number 9 for the Pace Patriots.
I think they gave him credit for the catch. Well, no, at least the near sideline referee did. The far side was looking at him. They haven't moved the down marker yet.
Junior Mills' first target of the game.
Once again, don't understand what the referees are doing. They're standing about the 45-yard line. Line of scrimmage was at the 41-yard line, and 2 referees with their foot stuck out about the 43-yard line, as though that's where they wanted it spotted. Must have been, I didn't see a flag, but I see him now walking towards Pace for 5 yards. Illegal man downfield. Replay, second down.
All right, so penalty after penalty. Not an impressive drive as far as that's concerned for the Patriots here with 4:22 left in the second quarter of action. Of course, Pace High School will receive the ball when we come back from the half, so a score here would be good for them as well as getting the ball back after the half.
Simmons takes the snap, drops back, looking deep down the field, throws it, incomplete, overthrew his receiver number 2, Nash Pyers.
That's going to bring up
Looked like
third
Sims
down.
was expecting Pyers to do a streak, and he was doing an out and up on that one. So they just miscommunicated on the pattern on that. If he would have done the streak and he had broken away from his cornerback, it would have been all right. But
do you expect the Patriots to throw here? Do you think they'll run it?
I believe they'll just run it here, just continue to run down the clock at 4:19 left in the second quarter. No need to run up the score at the moment, but as you can see, 2 trips right, 1 receiver left. Alford in the backfield fakes the handoff. Simmons runs it up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and is corralled by number 15, Darvis Harris.
All right, so he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down and 13, and so I imagine that Pace will elect to punt. Reese Griffith with his first punt of the night. But no, no. It looked like Pace was thinking about running another play, but no. Coach Ken Smith thinks better of it, and he's going to send out his punt team. Three minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter of action.
Two Tigers back down to receive the punt. Bobby Green acting as a blocker.
And last minute.
And A.G. Floyd backs away from the punt, as you said. And the Patriots will down it at about the 10-yard line.
So with 3:21 left, Pensacola starts at the 10-yard line. And the Pace Patriots sitting on their defense. They look dominant so far. I can understand they should be able to hold this Pensacola back for 3 minutes.
And a couple of score updates from our producers at in college football. We have Rutgers over Nebraska 13-7 on FS1, and we also have Memphis up 17-10 over Houston and Clayton Tune.
Wow, who would have thought that?
So we got trips left, 1 receiver to the right. O'Neal in the back in shotgun with his running back. He looks to the right for a quick out to his running back. His running back was wide open. Now it's just a foot race where they can push him out of bounds. Wonderful play by Pensacola. It was just a little dump to the running back on the right side, and it went ahead for about 45 yards.
That's their biggest gain of the night. So just like that, showing they can score. And, of course, Pensacola High in a must-score situation as Pace will get the ball coming back from the break.
Oh, Pace must have pushed them out just a little bit sooner than we thought, so that's going to mark them back on the Pensacola side about the 46-yard line. Pace
Pensacola High heading towards the south end zone.
got trips left, one receiver to the right. O'Neal in the shotgun formation again. Hands it off in the backfield to number 20, goalie. I'm sorry. And he's ahead for about 3 yards.
Carmelo Smith on the tackle for the Patriots.
It's going to bring up second down, and we'll call it 7. They're going to say officially ball was spotted at about midfield, 50-yard line.
So the clock's running. We're at about 2:50 right now. We're spotted at the 50-yard line with trips left, one receiver to the right, running back in the backfield with O'Neal in the shotgun formation. He rolls out to his right. He's looking for number 1, but he wasn't available. So O'Neal runs it out for about a 2-yard gain, taking it to the Pace Patriot 48-yard line.
Nice tackle by number 36, Will Rhodes.
3rd down and 4 for Pensacola High. Their best field position of the game, oddly enough. Pace Patriot Band warming up in the end zone. We'll bring that in the halftime show shortly after the half is over. Here's 3rd down.
Pensacola coming out in the same formation. Trips left, one right.
Looks right.
He-
Throws
good
it to Bobby
hit.
Green on the slant. Bobby Green making defenders miss, and he is down at about the 28-yard line of Pace. So far, this is by far the best drive of the night for the Pensacola Tigers, moving the ball extremely well on both facets of the offense.
Absolutely. And it looks like, just looking over the Pace defense, that they haven't pulled any of their starters. This is the starting crew. And so having a couple hiccups here.
So the last couple passes going to number 1, Bobby Green. That's the side of Widener, so that's their best cornerback going against their receiver. But they try to run it up the middle with number 5, Kennedy, for a minimal gain of 1 or 2 yards.
And Bobby Green, number 1, if I recall, he plays basketball too for Pensacola High. He's definitely an athlete, and so he can do it all. They do have athletes, folks, and they're showing it right here. 1 minute and 47 seconds, tick, 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 left in the second quarter of action.
2nd and 8 with Pensacola coming out and trips left, one receiver to the right. That's one by himself again is Robbie Green going against Widener. O'Neal looks to the right, looks to the left. He has a receiver open but doesn't see him, so he scatters, runs off to the left-hand side of the field. Referee's got him out at the 21-yard line. Oh, sorry, the 26-yard line. So which will bring up about 3rd down and 8.
The clock stopped with that out-of-bounds run at 1 minute and 23. Pensacola High School heading towards that south end zone. They need to pick up about 8 yards for the first down. 3rd down and 8.
We got twins left and right. O'Neal looking to his left. He sees number 7, who took a hit from number 14 playing safety. That was
Derwin Jones on the nice coverage. And it appears that the wide receiver is still down on the play.
Yeah, Jones got that late hit on him.
Is there a flag on the play? I couldn't see one.
I don't see a flag yet. The ball hit his hands, and as the ball hit his hands, number 14 hit a Pensacola receiver. So, referee's saying it was a clean hit.
It'll be 4th down upcoming for the Tigers as they look to get on the board for the first time tonight and cut into this 30-point deficit.
So earlier, if you're just curious out there, we did see Pensacola's field goal kicker kicking about a 45-yard line from their own from the Pace 35-yard line, which would be about what the field goal would be right now. But down 30-0, I think Pensacola would be going for a few more points than 3.
Yeah, I can't see them wanting to do that.
And good news for the Tigers, A.G. Floyd, number 7, who was injured on the play, he is back up, walking to the sideline on his own power, but did appear to stumble a little bit, so he will be put in concussion protocol for the next part of the quarter and for the half.
So what do you think about number 16, BYU, traveling to South Bend to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Not the Notre Dame that everyone loves, but definitely a dangerous team. They lost to Ohio State, the number 2 team in the land. Very impressive Ohio State 11-point loss there, but they also lost to Marshall by 5 points. But can BYU escape the Fighting Irish tomorrow?
They very well could. I mean, they're ranked number 16 for a reason, and Notre Dame has struggled under new head coach Marcus Freeman. They lost to Ohio State in a close game in week 1, but they also lost to Marshall in a massive upset in week 2, 26-21. I don't see how they're going to be able to take down BYU. BYU is a fantastic quarterback in Jaron Hall, and I think the Cougars will take it.
What do you think, Top?
I absolutely agree with that. Actually, the game I'm looking forward to tomorrow is that Texas Tech Oklahoma State game. I think Texas A&M or Texas Tech's going to give them everything that they can handle over there. They've looked good this year. I know they don't have the best record right now, but they've been like flying under the radar, I believe.
Well, Texas Tech with an impressive win over Texas, which everybody was raving about Texas after they almost upset Alabama. But Texas Tech has had losses, a close loss to NC State, and of course they lost to Kansas last week. So if you were on the Texas Tech bandwagon after the Kansas State lost, I think that a win over Oklahoma State is going to be pivotal. 4th down, and we'll call it 8 for Pensacola High. The deepest they've been in Patriot territory all night long. Do you think they can convert here? We'll see with 1 minute and 17 seconds left.
You'll have 2 trips to the right, 2 trips to the left as well. You'll have Jaquan Kennedy in the backfield along with O'Neal. O'Neal takes the snap, pump fakes, rolls out to his left, throwing it deep into the end zone, and it is caught out of bounds by the receiver, Nicholas Jones. Great effort by the sophomore, but unable to haul it inbounds, and the Pace Patriots will take over on offense.
Wow, O'Neal, he had his hands up, and he just knew that his receiver had it, but was unable to get those feet in.
Yeah, Nathaniel Lyons over there playing cornerback. I think the Pensacola receiver could have gotten it, but he jumped in the air for some reason, and Nathan just went underneath him and pushed him out of bounds.
Smart move by Lyons.
Absolutely. So Simmons leads them out again. So with 1 minute and 9 seconds, I can imagine 3 running plays in a row, just trying to get him into the halftime. So Simmons in shotgun formations, got number 80 in motion, hands off to Tyner. Tyner takes it up the left-hand side, makes 1 or 2 players miss, but gains 5 yards, 6 yards, taking it to the Pace 37-yard line.
We are under a minute left in this second quarter of action. Pace seems like in no hurry and probably shouldn't be anyway regardless. Clock down to about 45 seconds left.
The ball will be officially spotted at the 32-yard line of Pace High School. They're just going to kneel it here, it looks like. They're going to let the clock wind down to a victory formation going into the half.
So official clock going into halftime is at 30 seconds. Play clock's at 10. Simmons hikes it. Takes a knee. That'll take us into halftime. All right, 20 seconds before the official end of the second quarter.
And as the Patriots and Tigers head to the locker room to begin the second half, Patriots are up 30-0 in this game at Pace Patriot Stadium over the Pensacola Tigers, looking for their 4th win of the season. We will take a break as we watch the pride of the red, white, and blue come on to perform their amazing halftime show, and we will be right back.
And when you think about homecoming opponents, this is your traditional homecoming. Of course, Pensacola High, a team that they've had really good powerhouse teams over the years, and so I don't think that when we scheduled them, this was going to be the thought. But you take what you get, and so here we are. But you never know what could happen in the second half, so don't go in here, folks. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime show from both Pensacola High and Pace will be up second. And then, of course, we'll talk a little NFL action coming up and the post in the halftime show. You're listening to Pace Patriot Sports Radio.
Entering the field for your halftime entertainment, under the direction of Superintendent Dr. Timothy Smith, Principal Soraya Miller, Band Director Armand Navarro, Assistant Director Philip Quinn, Color Guard Staff Ashley Luna and Jackie Holomo, Percussion Staff Stephen French, Drum Major Neil Wilcox. The Pensacola High Fighting Tiger Marching Band will be presenting their 2022 show titled Pulse, as well as the Pensacola High School fight song. Please welcome the Pensacola High Fighting Tiger Marching Band, the Pulse Marchers. Good evening, Patriot Nation. Please welcome to the field your pride of the red, white, and blue. Tonight, the pride of the red, white, and blue will return to the field to perform their 2022 production entitled Wriggle. Our saxophone soloist for our production is Miss Jaden Erickson. Drum Major Emery Carroll, is your band ready? Patriot Nation, get on your feet and make some noise for the pride of the red, white, and blue!
Taylor and Victoria Donahue. A very special thank you goes out to Principal Stephen Shaw and Superintendent Dr. Karen Barber for their continued support of the Pace High School Band program. We'd like to take the time on homecoming to recognize any of our band alumni and family who are present at the game tonight. If you are a former member or family member of the Pride of the Red, White, and Blue, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your dedication. Fans, don't forget to stop by our concession stands and pick up an ice-cold Pepsi and some piping hot Freedom Fries. Special for tonight's homecoming game is a burger duel. In our East Side concessions is our world famous and decade-long reigning champion of the world, the Chad Burger. Our contender, coming in from the west side, prepared by our Wriggle soloist Jaden's dad, is the one and only Jacob Burger. Which burger will reign supreme? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to burger! This is Elanders Frazier signing off. Enjoy the rest of the game. And go Patriots!
All right, we're back here live at Pace Patriot Stadium in beautiful downtown Pace, Florida. And what a show that was. The whole show looked like tonight from the Pace marching band. And, of course, I'll tell you, just watching them in the summertime up here pre-planning and all that, and they put a lot of work into it, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of prep for this show. Mm-hmm. It all comes down to this, and we wish them the best as they go off the competition this year, and I think they'll do fine. But it's homecoming here at Pace High School, and today I had the opportunity to kind of tour through the school a little bit, and the theme for the homecoming dance, which will take place tomorrow night on campus inside the gym, is going to be the Enchanted Forest. And
Enchanted Forest, yes.
it looks. Have you been inside the school today, Brad?
I have not been, no.
Oh my goodness! It's unbelievable the way they've decorated it. It doesn't look like the interior of Pace High School at all. It looks like you're really in some sort of an enchanted forest. And so it's homecoming, 30-0 here at Pace High School. And so we're excited about the game so far. But let's talk about some more college football in the country tomorrow, and a game that a lot of folks in this part of the world will be watching. Unranked Auburn traveling to Athens to take on the number 2 Georgia Bulldogs. And, of course, we've seen upsets in the past. Could Auburn be a spoiler for Georgia's party and plans for a national championship repeat?
It's going to be hard for Auburn to do it. They definitely can, but they're 28-point underdogs, and typically I'll like to take Vegas on most of their opinions. But it is worth noting that Georgia did struggle last week against Missouri, only winning by 4 points, 26-22. If they get off to another slow start like they did last week, I could definitely see Auburn keeping this one closer than the 28-point spread.
And, of course, Auburn comes into the contest with 2 losses, one against currently ranked 22 Penn State, a 41-12 loss them, but then last week losing to LSU 21-17, and which was a knuckle-biter for Auburn as well. And so what do you think, Top? Do you think that Georgia will win, or do you think that Auburn will be victorious tomorrow?
No, I don't see anything with Auburn on that one. I'm going with Georgia completely on that one. I'm more interested in that Texas A&M Alabama game that ESPN and Fox News, Fox Sports, everybody's been promoting over the week. They make it sound like it's gonna be a lot better game.
Well, here we go. Of course, Pace will receive the ball to start the second half as they kicked off to begin the football game after losing the coin toss there. And so 12 minutes on the clock, 30-0, and let's see what happens here in the second half. Do you think the Patriots could shut them out?
I definitely believe they could. Their defense has been playing exceptionally well. The secondary's had a little bit of hiccups here and there, but other than that, a stout showing by this Patriot defense, and I believe they can hold the Tigers of Pensacola scoreless tonight.
Yeah, I'm just sort of curious to see what Coach Smith decides to do. I mean, is he going to pull out a majority of his starters just because it's homecoming weekend, or is he going to wait to fourth quarter, but the kickoffs to go away, and they ended up catching it about the 25-yard line.
There's Tyner making a cut up field, and he will be tackled at about the 34-yard line of Pace. Nice starting field position as Nick Simmons and the offense will come back out for the Patriots.
And oddly enough, that is the first kickoff return for the Pace Patriots for the night.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyner and Simmons are headed out there, and looks like Pyers and Widener. So we got twins right, one receiver to the left, Tyner in the backfield with Simmons in shotgun formation. They put Widener in motion, but they hand off to Tyner. Tyner takes up the left-hand side, head for about 4 yards to the 39-yard line of Pace. Well, that answers the questions for me whether Coach Smith was going to go ahead and bring in the secondary or the second team squad to start the second half, but apparently not. He's going to hold back on that until at least next series.
And we did see a little bit of Ethan Diamond, the junior backup quarterback, come in during one drive. But as you said, it looks like Kent Smith will opt to keep his starters in.
So we got a penalty flag on 2nd down and 5 to go. Right before the ball was snapped, which usually pushes to false start, referee says. Got his hand in the air. Another call against the Pace sideline. Another warning.
That's second for the night, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pace will get set back up on 2nd down. They put Widener in motion. Fake to Tyner. Simmons runs up the middle, is stuffed and hit hard, and it looks like he lost the football there. And a tuggle down on the field. And now a flag comes up out of the play. It looks like that will be unsportsmanlike conduct, either on the Patriots or the Tigers. Maybe both, in fact.
I'm still waiting for the Pensacola Tigers run off the field as though they had possession of the ball.
And it appears that the Patriots defense is coming on the field, so it looks like a fumble by Simmons, which is quite uncanny of him, despite even being a quarterback. That would only be his second of the season.
So then we know the switch of possession. We're just waiting for the referees to officially call the personal foul. Pensacola. First down for Pensacola. So no personal foul against Pace. It's against Pensacola. So the ball would have been marked about the 40-yard line. And the referees are walking towards the Pensacola side. And he passed the 50 and stops at the 48-yard line of Pensacola.
And as the Patriots sideline comes back, Patriots offense comes back on the sideline. Nick Simmons threw his helmet down in frustration, not happy about that last play, and rightfully so. One of the best running quarterbacks in the state of Florida, and you just can't afford to have plays like those, even in a 30-point win.
So Pensacola comes out with standard trips left, one receiver to the right. O'Neal hands it off to number
Floyd
5
on the carry.
Number 5 will pick up almost a first down. They're going to say that he'll be close. If he doesn't pick up the first down, I'll be shocked. It'll be just within a foot or so. Some updates from around the area. Currently, the score 28-7, West Florida Tech over Tate High School. Of course, Tate losing to Milton High School last week at homecoming over there. 14-0, Baker over Jay. It's the last report we've had from them. And we'll get more after this play.
We've got twins left, twins right. O'Neal in the back, shotgun. Looks to his right. He's got number 6 out there. But 53 for Pace. Gets his hands up in the air, knocks it down.
Great deflection by Camden Lay.
That was an automatic first down if the receiver would have caught it. But as you said, Lay in the passing lane.
Pine Forest 14-7 over Niceville. Niceville, of course, a powerhouse coming out of Okaloosa County. And, of course, South Walton with a safety over Choctaw 2-0 at this time. So
Pensacola coming out and trips left to right, but O'Neal hands it off to Kennedy. He only needed a yard for a first down. It looks like he got 4. So that'll move the chains again. Referee marks the ball at the 40-yard line of Pace. First down.
9 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter of action. An early fumble gave Pensacola High the ball. They're in the Pace Patriot territory. Ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion. There's a flag. And it looks like it could be a false start against the Tigers.
Illegal motion
Oh,
by Pensacola Tigers, which will push them back another 5 yards, putting them at the 45-yard line.
ooh,
of
there's a
pace.
flag on the play. Maybe a sideline warning, or perhaps the coach.
Either Bobby Green and the referee got into it. No, it looks like the coach is yelling at Bobby Green. He may have had words with the referee. Now the coach is out on the field. Referee's trying to get their coach back onto the sidelines.
Frustration showing from this Pensacola high school football team, and rightfully so. Being down 30 in the third quarter is never a good sign. As you can see, the coach out on the field along with the offensive coordinator.
And
Pensacola High is going to take a timeout to talk about this, and we'll take a timeout right back. You're listening to Patriots Sports Radio. And we're back here live at Pace Patriot Stadium, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida. 30-0, Pace on top at homecoming against the Pensacola High School Tigers. I'd like to welcome our crowd coming in from Pensacola tonight, as well as our Pace Patriots all over the world, even those currently in active duty. And here we go.
we got twins left, twins right, starting from the Pensacola 40. O'Neal looks to his left. He's got 17 out there for a 5-yard gain.
Nice catch by Nicholas Jones, the sophomore.
Unfortunately, before we came back from the break, it was a 15-yard penalty against the head coach. Or number one, we couldn't quite figure that out. So Pensacola had 1st and 30, so now it'll be 2nd and 25 on the Pensacola 45-yard line.
9 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the third quarter of action.
We got trips right, one receiver to the left. O'Neal in shotgun formation with Gully.
O'Neal
It's
looks
a
left
quick-
and
oh.
almost intercepted by number 35 of Pace. That would have been Will Rhodes, number 36, excuse me.
O'Neal trying to find Floyd out there on an out route, but was beaten. So O'Neal gets him back into the huddle. We got trips to the right, one receiver again to the left, 3rd down and 25. O'Neal in the shotgun formation with goalie back there with him. O'Neal looks to his right. He gets a little pressure, tries to run it up the middle for a minimal 3-yard gain, where 3 Pace Patriots were ready there for
And
tackle him.
There's number 6, Tylon Lee, the standout linebacker, sophomore, may I add. One of those standouts that is just, like you said, a sophomore in high school along with Nick Simmons and Ben Tyner. This Patriots team has a great future just due to those 3 guys on the football field.
I mean, look at your sophomores: Nash Pyers, Nathaniel Lyons, Tylon Lee. I mean, just the list. Nick Simmons, Ben Tyner, all sophomores. The list goes on and on. I think Pace High School is going to have some good years here coming up.
So 4th and 23, Seagraves is out to punt. Gets a nice punt out.
Pyers or Widener with the catch, quickly tackled at about the 27-yard line, and Pace will take over with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left.
So Widener, he's made it a habit this game of catching the ball with the defender within his reach. Do you think maybe he ought to consider maybe calling the fair catch?
I would definitely consider calling the fair catch, especially on that last play. He does look shaken up coming off of the sideline. That would be definitely worth monitoring. But especially with people in the facility right after you catch it, I would definitely call those fair catches and not risk an injury.
Well, so Pace opened up the second half with a fumble, and let's see what Nick Simmons and company can do here.
Got one receiver on the top of your left, one to the right, but he hands it off to Tyner, who takes it up the left-hand side for about a 2-yard gain. Offensive line was looking to do some action. I saw 74 all the way back there trying to almost hit the safety.
They're going to say he was officially brought down at the 30-yard line of Pace, heading towards the north end zone. And so just like that, we have 3rd down and 7 for the Pace Patriots.
Second down.
Second down. That's going to be 7 minutes and 43 seconds left here in third quarter.
Simmons takes the snap, fakes at the Tyner, runs up the middle, and tripped. Had a major hole that he was about to blast through, but ended up getting shoestring tackled and quite upset on the play. Still a nice gain, though, for Simmons, and that will bring up 3rd down and about 6.
Oh, Simmons would like to have that one back.
He sure would, yes.
I think he was gone to the house had he gotten away from that one hand that tripped him up. That's all it takes. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 for the Pace Patriots. They're going to say the ball is officially spotted at the 34-yard line.
Got 2 receivers to the left. Tyner runs out there with the receivers, but Simmons tried to take up the middle himself, which will bring up 4th down as he only made 2 yards on that, bring 4th down and 3. So Griffith will lead the special teams out onto the field for a punt.
And so for the second time tonight, Pace High will punt the ball.
So even though they're punting, there were good opportunities on that offensive drive. If one shoestring tackle could have easily broken free. But there's Griffith. He got the ball. He's punting. Nice punt. Pace picks it up at the 21-yard line. Catches at the 21-yard line. He dances to the 35.
So 2 drives without a score, 2 stalls there. What do you think Pace needs to change?
It seemed like everything was working in the first half, and then we come back out, and maybe they were overconfident when they first came out on the offensive side. Or they're just trying to roll some time off the clock with a couple runs with Simmons.
Yeah, very slow offensive start by Pace. Simmons first off with that fumble on the first drive, and then with that shoestring tackle on the second drive. Not very happy, and it seems kind of like his emotions are getting the best of him. Not that it's been a huge factor. Pensacola has yet to put a point on the board, but still at the same time, that's something you don't want to see in close and tighter games, as we may see next week against Tate.
So Pensacola come out of almost where they ended their last drive at the 35-yard line of their on the Pensacola side. It'll be 1st and 10. We got trips to the right, one receiver to the left. O'Neal with goalie in the back.
O'Neal rolls right, throws it, incomplete, intended for A.J. Floyd, the running back.
So Pensacola comes out, trips right, one left. Kennedy in the backfield with O'Neal. O'Neal in the shotgun formation. O'Neal hands it off to Kennedy. Kennedy takes it up the left-hand side, but slips on the turf, losing about 3 yards.
Fantastic tackle by junior Braden Gates.
So this is going to bring up about 3rd and 13, 12 to 13 yards.
You notice on defense, Pace are walking up their corners for a blitz on that play.
Yes, and as you mentioned, still showing 2 high safety sets. Just quite interesting. Usually you play that in preparation for the deep ball, but as we've seen, Pensacola has not done that all game.
So we've got trips left, one receiver to the right. O'Neal's rolling to the right with a single receiver. He catches it. That's number 1, Robbie Green. And they mark it at the 46-yard line, which will give Pensacola a 1st down.
Wow. So Pensacola moving the sticks here. 9 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the third quarter.
So I've noticed that Widener's not out there. They got number 5 out for Pensacola. Nathaniel Lyons replaced him as the cornerback on the far side.
Yeah, and Widener was shooken up on the last drive, so he's out being checked by the trainer.
We got trips left, one receiver to the right. O'Neill's looks like he's doing an option play and holds on to himself for a 2-yard gain.
The senior Brandon Combs was in on the pressure, but unable to make the tackle, and he's still down on the field. Number 91, Mason Bishop, Jr., will also sub in as the trainer once again comes out. 2 crucial injuries already in this third quarter of action for the Patriots. Not a good sign.
So while this is going on, remind me on this, Mayor. Wasn't someone in the family telling you that we were pronouncing Pyre's name wrong? Is it Piers?
I think it's Pyers.
Is it Pyres?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I think it's Pyers. Nash Pyers. Or is it Pierce?
I believe it's Pyers.
Okay.
Well, while they check on number 61, Brandon Combs, let's take a quick break.
All right, we're back here live after a correction. It's Piers, apparently.
All right, so second down and 9 to go. Pensacola, O'Neill looks to the left, looks to the right. Now he's going to run himself on the right-hand side. Flags are thrown. He gets a 5-yard gain, which
could be a holding penalty against Pensacola High on the line of scrimmage. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left, folks, in the third quarter of action.
Referee's discussing as they head out to the middle of the field, and we'll give you the call as soon as he gives it to us. Chop block against Pensacola.
Yeah.
So they'll mark off, and he's at the 10. He's at the 15-yard penalty. Mark off 15 yards. We'll bring it second down and 25. So Pensacola comes out again. We got twins left. No, they put one of the receivers in motion. So we got single receiver to the right, trips to the left. O'Neill with Kennedy in the backfield. O'Neill in shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws to number 1.
Gets at the Bobby Green. Green gets past the safety and moving down the field inside the 20 and finally tracked down at the 15-yard line. The biggest play of the night for Pensacola thus far. And it will set up first down and 10 inside the red zone.
Wonderful pass on that one for Pensacola. It caught him in stride, and there's really not much they could do about it. Widener checks back in.
It's going to be a 53-yard gain for Bobby Green.
So Widener runs straight out to Bobby Green, takes him man-on-man. On the right-hand side is a single receiver. O'Neill's got trip left, but he hands it off
Hands
to
it off
goalie.
Yeah.
And goalie goes ahead for 2 yards. So the ball is set at the 14-yard line. Second and 9 to go. Pensacola looks to the sideline for the formation. Looks like they come out with twins left, twins right. They got Kennedy in the backfield with O'Neill.
Mid-motion,
And then-
O'Neal takes the high snap, runs it up, and takes a slide. Smart, rightfully so, down to about the 8-yard line.
I don't know. Do you slide at this level?
I think maybe it was a broke play. He just didn't know what else to do besides to do a baseball slide, so he didn't take a good hit. So we got Twins left, Twins right.
Unless you're an LSU quarterback.
Kennedy, running back in
O'Neal takes the
motion.
snap,
It's looking
throws
for
it across
Pat.
the middle.
Oh, who was that?
And hit Bobby Green in stride on the slant, but Green unable to haul it in, and it will be 4th down for the Pensacola Tigers as they look to get on the board for the first time tonight. 2:53 left in the third quarter. And it looks like the offense will stay on the field.
And oddly enough, this is not over yet, folks. This is still within reach of Pensacola High if things worked out their way.
O'Neal takes a snap, throws a fade down into the left side of the field, and incomplete. Nash Pyers with great coverage right there, and that will be a turnover on downs by the Tigers, and the Patriots will take over in their own red zone.
Looked like A.G. Floyd was doing a post route, and his quarterback was expecting a corner route, and they just weren't on the same sheet of music on that one.
So you got to think, if you're Coach Smith here, you've got to put your starter guys, if there was anybody out, they got to go back in now. And I think this is an important drive to kind of establish, sort of the dominance for the rest of the game, and also put that final nail in the coffin as we head towards the fourth quarter.
So Simmons, Alford, and Tyner rush back onto the offense to lead the Patriots offense and hopefully put some more points on the board. As we see, 2 trips right, no receivers to the left, Alford and Tyner in the backfield. Simmons takes the snap, low snap, fakes it to Tyner, runs up, makes a nice man miss, and gets it to about the 13-yard line, modest gain of 2 yards.
All right, 2 minutes and 28 seconds left here, folks, in the third quarter of action. 30-0, Pace on top. 2nd down and 7, we'll call it, for the Patriots.
Patriots come out, Twins left.
Put Widener in motion.
Widener motion. He gets the ball, a jet sweep. It's on the left side. He's still moving. He makes it out to about the 32-yard line, but there is a flag on the play on the left-hand side. Predictably, it might be holding against Pace, but we'll wait for the official call.
Yeah, one of the receivers looks like he's kind of holding his head down there. May have gotten a little bit of extra jersey there in his block. And the Patriots are backing up, so it's going to come back.
Official call, holding, defense, replay, 2nd down.
2 minutes and 3 seconds left, third quarter of action. That's going to make it 2nd down and 15. So it was a 1st down and 10, now becomes 2nd down and 15, and the Patriots got pushed back there. Here we go.
Twins right. Widener was in motion, but Simmons took it himself right up the middle. Tried to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he just did. So that'll bring you up 3rd down and 10. We got
actually 3rd and 11. They only got 4 on the play. So if you're Pace, do you throw it here? Do you try to be conservative? What do you do?
I think you just continue to run the ball here. Just continue to chew that clock out and hopefully get it into the fourth quarter. Still up 30-0. Honestly, it's been a slow start to this third quarter, but Pace is able to deal with that after
we've got
scoring
Twins
30.
right with Widener on this side. Widener in motion again. Widener's out there doing a corner route, and he ended up being a defensive back on that one. Simmons put it in a little too much air, so the Pensacola cornerback could undercut Widener, but Widener did come back for it and break up the play.
Great defensive play by cornerback Theodore Jackson, number 3. And the Patriots will punt. This will be Reese Griffith's 3rd punt of the night.
So with the ball on the 11-yard line, Griffiths is actually kicking out of his own end zone. So this should be Pensacola's best starting field position of the game, as long as there's no miscues. Bobby Green back there waiting for the kick. Nice spiral kick off of Griffith. And Green just lets it die, taking it to about the 46-yard line of Pensacola.
Yet another flag on the play. There's been a lot of those tonight.
We're going to have to get a dry cleaning sponsor for next year. All right. Well, Pensacola High, I mean, just to say something positive about their offense, of course, they had a pretty productive drive in the last series and just came up short. So they have yet to put any points on the board. I think we'd appreciate it that way, but we'll see what the Pace High School defense does in this series.
Looks like the referee he pocketed the flag. It was an accidental flag, so it's trips left, one receiver to the right. They go to the right.
Oh, big
hit. Bobby Green yet again makes a man miss down the sideline. Can Matias Ramirez catch him? No, he can't, and that is a touchdown. The first points of the night for the Pensacola Tigers. Bobby Green on an electric 53-yard touchdown catch and run.
Wow.
Widener he missed that tackle. As soon as he missed that tackle, there was nobody going to catch Bobby Green. So good job for Pensacola with 47 seconds to go in that third quarter.
And Bobby Green showing you his athleticism there.
And just from those two past drives of Pensacola High, already over 100 yards and a touchdown, not to mention his entire production for the first half.
So Pensacola goes out for the extra point.
That would be Derek Tolliver on the attempt to make it a 23-point game. The snap, high snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. It is a 30-7 lead now for the Patriots as the Tigers score for the first time tonight.
A little pep in their step as they run to the sideline. So that's the only worry. Once again, we're going to bring this up again, is that secondary. It didn't matter who they had on that right-hand side. They were going to attack with Bobby Green. Both times they did that, the quick out to him, he's beating our cornerbacks. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Well, the strong safety and also the cornerbacks on the other side of the field, they were trying to get across. But once that initial tackle was missed, there was really no – with a speedster like Bobby Green, there's no catching him.
All right, so the Pace Patriots are heading out their special teams, ready to receive the kickoff. 87 once again. Tolliver will be kicking off the ball to the Pace Patriots.
Tyner and Widener will be back to receive for the Patriots.
Still a 4-score game.
For some reason, they replaced Simmons out there for Widener right now. I don't know if he's trying to catch his breath or what. So the kickoff goes, and it looks like
miscommunication, but Tyner is able to catch the kickoff. Tyner moving up the field and getting past the 35 and will be stopped at about the 30, we'll call it the 38-yard line.
All right, well, we've had 3 consecutive stalls by the Pace Patriot offense, and let's see what can happen here. Kind of a tale of two halves, wouldn't you say?
I would, definitely. And Pace on offense has started very slow for the second half. Not a good sign on the first drive with the fumble, and then Nick Simmons, a lot of frustration showing on that second drive. Hopefully they'll be able to pick it up on this third drive as we are about to enter the fourth and final quarter of play tonight.
35 seconds left in third quarter. Zach Widener, 30-7. Zach Widener checks in the game.
Pyers also lines up to him next on the right sideline. Simmons takes the snap, looks right, throws at the Widener. Widener makes a catch, running down the sideline, past the 50, down to the 45, cuts across field to the 40, to the 35, puts the burners on, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and to the touchdown.
It's coming back.
Yeah, there's a block in the back there.
Piers blocked one of the Pensacola secondary in the back.
Yeah,
there was no reason for it.
That was behind Widener, it looked like.
It was. There was absolutely no reason for it.
Although the touchdown's going to come back, that was a fantastic play by Widener, being able to turn on the Jets, make many people miss, and especially cut up across field. That is a lot harder than it looks.
Well, that just shows you his speed. You know, he was able to outrun that Pensacola defender, 3 defenders actually, as he scampered in. But all for naught, as they'll bring that one back.
And instantaneously, Pierce comes off the sideline, or comes to the sideline and is replaced. Guess the coach gave him an opportunity to think about what he did. So pace is starting again on the 43-yard line, the 47-yard line after that penalty. Simmons in shotgun, hands it off to Tyner, that's going up the middle to the 36-yard line.
Tyner just powering his way down. They're going to say he picked up 3 yards in that play, second down to 7, and with 2 seconds, 1 second, that's going to be the end of the third quarter, folks. And it's the fourth quarter. Let's see if the Pace Patriots can put it in the end zone and have a different quarter than we just had. No score for the Patriots. And, of course, Pensacola High got 7 on the board. So we'll come right back after this. You're listening to Pace Patriots Sports Radio. All right, we're back here live, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida, Pace Patriot Stadium, 30-7, Pace on top, homecoming at the start of the fourth quarter, and with that, Pace Patriots have the ball at their own, actually at the Pensacola 34-yard line, heading towards that south end zone. Here's the snap, ball's around the right side. Was that Beckham that got the ball?
That is a handoff to Braden Gates, the star linebacker.
Oh, okay. Not used to seeing that number out there.
No. Looks like they're going to give Tyner a little bit of a breather, along with Widener still on the sideline.
Simmons, number 10, still in at quarterback.
Pierce does check back in for Carson Wright, who did just sub out.
So we're saying it right. Piers, right? Or is it Pyers?
Until somebody's mother tells us different, we're going to go with Pierce.
It's Piers. Okay.
So, Twins left, one receiver to the right. Simmons fakes the handoff to
nice spin move.
Running back, and he takes it himself for, looks like he's just going to be just short of a first down, bring up second in inches.
Yeah, very nice run by Simmons, and of course that's sort of his trademark. When he gets that first contact, he'll spin, and that usually buys him 2 or 3 more yards, and unless he breaks it from there. So second down, and we'll call it 1. They're going to say he was officially brought down at about the 16-yard line. 10 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
They come out in pro set with Gates in the backfield. He hands it off to Gates, tries to take it up the middle, and he's dragging somebody with him as he crosses into about the 19-yard line. So wait for the official spot before we say first down, and there it is. First down. So the Pace Patriots on the Pensacola 19-yard line, first and 10. We got Twins left, one receiver to the right. Gates still in the backfield. And he hands it off to Gates, going up the left-hand side, makes one miss, tries to run over the second one as he gets to the 6-yard line. Nice, strong run.
And ran right into the linebacker, Ezia Richardson. Fantastic play. And this is the first amount of runs that we've seen for Braden Gates. Typically see him on the defensive end, but he has done very well so far in this offensive end as a running back.
Yeah, we got an official timeout as a Pensacola lineman is on the ground. As soon as we get a number or a name, we'll pass it on to the people from Pensacola.
Well, while we're waiting on that, let's talk about NFL action this week, Sunday. Your Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Big Easy to take on the New Orleans Saints. Because both teams struggling as of late. What do you think is going to happen in that NFC matchup? Do you think the Seahawks can get back on a roll?
Well, they're pulling off some wins unexpectedly, which ruining my plans about them getting a top quarterback next year. Going into New Orleans, Winston's going to be the key to that game. If he's quarterbacking for the New Orleans Saints, I expect a couple of our cornerbacks to get some interceptions. So it's just going to come down to him on that game. I'm going to pull for my Seahawks to win it because they haven't been looking that great.
Injured Pensacola Tiger on his own power walking off the field. Like to see that with 10 minutes and 1 second left as the Patriots break the huddle for the resume of play.
Or Pace has receivers on each side of the field. Fake the gates. Simmons runs up the middle, untouched into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Simmons' third touchdown of the night, and that will bring the score up to 36-7, pending the extra point from Griffith.
Well, just like that, Pace answers scoreless in the third quarter, but make it look easy in the fourth. Who knows? The Cardiac kids come through. Stick around for us after the game for the post-game show. We're going to have, of course, Brad will be down on the field conducting some interviews. You might catch Coach Smith, might catch Ben Tyner. Who knows who he's going to catch down there? But
maybe he'll catch Piers. We can ask for the actual official pronunciation from.
Yeah, go find Piers. A homecoming. May find the homecoming king and queen down there.
So special teams still waiting to kick the extra point. So kicking teams out there, whistle blows, plays on. Now hike the ball, and it's up, and the officials say it's good for a 37-7 lead. So 9 minutes and 46 seconds, it seems like the pace, maybe they got their feet back underneath them.
Looks like it.
It was interesting them changing up the running back just to give something new.
What I'm interested to see is what Pensacola High does on offense next, because they've definitely had their opportunities tonight throwing the ball against this Pace Patriots secondary. So what do they try here? Still plenty of time left to definitely do some damage to the scoreboard.
Yeah, I want to see if Mark Edge has some safety help over whatever side that Bobby Green goes to. Just back up that cornerback.
Well, they're running that. It looks like they're running the cover 3 whenever the corner bit down and the receiver went all the way. But we'll see if they make any adjustments.
And Pace Patriots ready to kick it off. Pensacola's standing there. And it's not, I don't think this one's going to make the end zone, and it doesn't. Pensacola brings it out. He gets out about the 15-yard line, and he's not going to get much farther. Once again, interesting that they're trying to bring it out and produce something and losing yards.
Pace has had some fantastic kickers come through here. Is there the Santos kid? Is he still kicking in the NFL?
Oh, yes, Ryan Santoso, still kicking. Currently an NFL free agent, but last kick for the Cleveland Browns last season. It's a very solid kicker and one of the best alumni from your Pace High School.
Yeah, so it's a tradition of kickers. A lot of kickers from the area. Of course, over at Milton, Lawrence Tynes, field goal kicker, he actually kicked in the Super Bowl and, of course, brought Eli Manning and the Giants to 2 Super Bowl victories over there. So a lot of kicking talent in the area.
So Pensacola's coming out. They're ready. They got trips right, one receiver to the left, O'Neal in the back, in the shotgun.
Takes a snap, drops back, rolls left. O'Neal going to throw deep down the field, and one-on-one play, and it's caught.
Oh, my goodness. Is that Bobby Green? No.
No, number 16.
Caught by Cameron Binion.
Wow.
Oh, I hope too many phones weren't out there. That might show up on ESPN. I got Moss concept.
That was a basketball pass right there. He just went up and he was the higher man and got it. Wow, what an athlete. So they're officially going to say he was brought down at the 34-yard line of Pace.
So they come back out again. Trips right, one receiver to the left. O'Neal in a shotgun formation. He's looking for a quick pass.
Flag on the play. Ball blown dead. 9 minutes and 6 seconds, 37-7, Pace on top. Pensacola High threatening. Penalty is going to be false start against the Tigers. That's going to back them up.
All right, so Pace comes back out onto the field. They got twins left and right. They got Kennedy in the backfield and O'Neill in shotgun formation. As they hike, he looks to his left. He's looking across the middle. He's got a man open. He missed number 16 again, Binion.
Unable to haul it in, just a high pass.
I think he was wide open, though. He catches that, he's going to be either going to the house or close to it.
So second down and about 14 yards. As the Pensacola, they're looking good in the air game right now. But so we got trips right, one receiver to the left. Kennedy back there with O'Neill in shotgun. O'Neill looks to the right and comes back to the left, and they have somebody wide open over the middle.
Wow. First down.
Another great catch, Christopher Everhart for his first reception of the game.
They're going to say he was brought down in the neighborhood of the 15-yard line, 16-yard line officially. Pensacola High having success here late in the ball game.
Yeah, they're coming back out again. Trips left, one receiver to the right. The one to the right is Bobby Green. O'Neill back there with Kennedy again. He looks to the left, gives a little shake. He's got Pace players back there, defensive players.
Jukes throws it across the sideline, incomplete. Was looking for Bobby Green, but broken up. Great defensive play by Duran Jones, the
Green
junior.
Is screaming at the referee. He wants a flag, but there is a flag on the play, but on the opposite side of the field. I'm not sure what that laundry's for over there.
Pace got into the backfield. They had O'Neill wrapped up, I thought, or at least corralled. Good job of O'Neill extending that play out.
Pace having some trouble tonight with the secondary. You got to imagine our big rivalry coming up on the 28th of October, just a few weeks away. Milton High School, who is a total spread team. They're going to throw the ball all night long. Raymond Cottrell and company. It ought to be an interesting game with the Milton Panthers and Pace Patriots coming up, kind of looking at the two teams, how they match up. I think it'll be fun for the fans at least. 7:57 left, fourth quarter, 37-7, Pace on top.
Second and 14, trips right, one receiver to the left. They hand it off to Kennedy. Goalie goes around the right-hand side. It gets tackled about the 8-yard line.
Great tackle by Braden Gates at the point of attack.
So the Pensacola Tigers making up that penalty yardage, and they're going to say it's going to be third down and 3. Ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line. Looks like the timeout's called by the Pace Patriots. They want to talk over their defense a little bit. They're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pace Patriots Sports Radio. All right, we're back here, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida. Pace Patriots Stadium, 7:27, 37-7, Pace on top, with Pensacola High threatening here to get into double digits. It's going to be third down and 2 at about the 9-yard line for the Tigers. Here's the snap.
O'Neill fakes it, throws a slant to Bobby Green, incomplete. Great coverage right there by Duran Jones. Fantastic play by the defense, and that will bring up second and goal, it appears.
4th down and 2.
4th and 2, excuse me.
So 4th down and 2, and I can only imagine that Pensacola High will go for it here. And let's see if the Patriots can stop them and make it look a little bit prettier for the newspapers.
Got trips right, one receiver to the left. It was AG Floyd to the left, bunch formation to trips to the right. Got Gully in the backfield. O'Neal in shotgun. They need 2 yards, but it goes over O'Neal's head.
Botch snap.
And they're going to tackle him for a loss on the 4th and 2.
Wow.
Turnover.
He'll be tackled at the 30-yard line. The ball will turn over, as you said, there, Top. And so with 7:14, Pace Patriots come up big there and save the double-digit score.
Junior Camden Lay will be credited with the tackle right there, as the Patriots offense will come back out on the field. And this time it is led by Ethan Diamond once again, coming out for his 2nd drive of the game, as they will keep Nick Simmons and company out of the game. You have 2 trips right, 1 receiver to the left. That's Piers. Gates in the backfield with Diamond. Diamond takes the snap, hands it off to Evan Beckham, and Beckham with a nice run of about 5 yards. It will be 2nd and 5 for the Patriots.
It's kind of interesting. Widener was chasing Nathaniel Lyons around the football field there after the play was over. I'm not sure why they were chasing each other, but that was interesting.
No unsportsmanlike conduct, so all good.
Well, they're both on the same team, but it's okay. 6:40.
Hand off to
Beckham once again. That's going to be a 1st down and move the chains for the Patriots.
Well, will it? They might say he was tackled. No, they're going to move the. Yeah, you're right. They're going to move the change. It was close. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Pace, heading towards the south end zone. And it looks like a timeout's been called. And so we'll take a break with them. We'll be right back. You're listening to Pace Patriots Sports Radio. And we are back here at Pace Patriots Stadium, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida. It's 37-7. The Patriots on top for homecoming. And so what a beautiful night. We're definitely in football weather here in October. Things are happening. Shotgun formation. Simmons with the snap. He's gonna hand the ball up to Beckham, who's gonna go all the way, folks.
Beckham down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and they're not gonna catch him into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, Beckham sneaks through and goes all the way. And just like that, folks, it's 43-7. Pace on top. I think is that Beckham's first touchdown of the year?
That is Beckham's first rushing touchdown of the season. And this is his first offensive showing of the season as well, typically on defense.
I'll say this about Beckham. He actually he had a couple good runs before this, too. And I'd like to see more of him, actually, as much as everybody else is playing well. But it might be coming back, though, folks. Yep, there's a penalty on the play. It's going to be against the Patriots. Looks like a holding penalty. So it's going to be all for naught, folks.
And that's the second long touchdown rush that we've seen tonight that has been wiped off by a holding penalty or by any sort of blocking penalty. Remember the Zachary Widener big catch and run off the jet sweep. That was all negated after the illegal block in the back by Nash Pierce.
So yeah. Beckham's still out there. He says, give me the ball again. Let's just rinse and repeat here and do it again.
1st and 10 over there at the 43-yard line. Same setup. Beckham's still back there. They hand it off to Beckham again. No, yep. I tried to do the same exact thing, but it got about 1 yard. But I wonder if that's just one of those things where Beckham's usually playing cornerback, and they got a big enough lead. They pulled him off.
Could
be. And they've been playing other players at the cornerback position, which instead of him just sitting on the sideline the whole game, just might as well try him as a backup running back.
Exactly, and this is a great opportunity if you're Pace to kind of look around and see what you got. You never know what can happen, who might go down any given time, and so we've seen the backup quarterback tonight. We've seen backup running backs and other positions.
Yeah, I don't think Simmons or Tyner's worried about their position on the depth chart.
2nd and 10.
Diamond takes a snap, hands it off. That will be a modest gain by Colton Gilbert this time, getting in the junior running back.
That's going to be 3rd down. They're going to say he was given. We're going to give him a yard and 2 yards on the carry. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the contest. And don't forget, folks, we'll have our post-game show right after the game, and we'll send Brad on down to the field, and he'll conduct some interviews with players and coaches, and of course we will talk about our players of the game at that point in time. 3rd down and 8, ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Here's the snap, and the quarterback's going to hand it off to Beckham, and he'll be tackled in the backfield for a loss. They're going to say he lost about 3 yards on that play. Actually, 5 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 15 for the Patriots, and they're going to punt. Out comes the kicker, Reese Griffith. I think at this point, I think Pace is just looking to kind of go inside and think about next week.
Yes. And as you mentioned, Pace will finish off their regular season schedule. Next week, they will be back home against Tate. After that, they will travel to Navarre to take on Navarre High School. And that looks like it's going to be a roughing the kicker on Pensacola as Reese Griffith hit the deck hard. And it looks like it may move the chains for the Patriots here.
Could.
Yeah, he only needed 13 yards for a 1st down. We'll see if we get the 15 or a 5.
Now, if you're looking ahead, we'll broadcast the game next week. But for the Navarre game, we will not. They have a broadcast team over at Navarre High School, and so we won't have access to broadcast that week. So, but Irish Bill and the Navarre crew do a great job. We do recommend that you listen to them if you can. And then, of course, we'll have the rival game, the 28th, Milton, followed by November 4th, Hollis Christian Academy out of Jacksonville will be coming to town to wind up the season. Then it's playoff time, and so still a lot of football though between now and then, and it's all about how you're seated and what's going to happen.
So for your information over there, that was a personal foul, 15 yards. They only needed 13, so Patriots will be going back out on offense again.
That'll bring up 1st and 10.
I'll bring up Beckham and Diamond. So we've got twins left. Beckham behind Diamond in shotgun formation.
And that play never officially gets off. It's whistled dead. It's going to be a timeout against timeout Pensacola High. Excuse me. And we're back here at Pace Patriot Stadium, beautiful downtown Pace, Florida, for 1st and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Here's the snap.
Diamond hands it off to Beckham. Beckham run up the middle. That'll be a nice gain of about 5 yards, bringing up 2nd and 5 for the Patriots at the Pensacola 30-yard line.
All right. And, of course, next week we'll be broadcasting the game here from Pace High School against Tate. And, of course, we'll be missing our partner up here in the box. Top will be out, but of course it'll be Brad and the mayor in the box calling the game. So we invite you to come on out and listen to us. We have Pace Patriots all over the world, even some of our men and women in uniform listening to us tonight. We'd like to thank them for listening. Shotgun snap. Quarterback keeps the ball up the right hand. He's got a little bit of runner on the left side. He's going to get the 1st down and more, and he'll be finally dragged down by a host of Tigers around the 20-yard line.
Diamond looked a lot like Nick Simmons on that play.
Are they going to give Diamond the forward progression to the 20? Does it look like it?
It looks like they will move the change for the first down.
All right. Be a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Patriots come out. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Beckham behind Diamond. They hand it off to Beckham, who goes up the left-hand side. He beats the linebacker.
Flags do fly, though, but Beckham is tackled at about the 5-yard line.
If the Patriots can score one more time on this Pensacola High defense, that would mean that Pace has scored more points on Pensacola High than any other team this season except for the opener against Washington, which they scored 51, but also gave up 43 on Booker T. Washington. So
referees coming out there holding or face mask against Pensacola.
Well, that's positive yardage for the Patriots then.
So that moves the down marker. He's moving down to about the 3-yard line.
Half the distance to the goal from the 5.
Yep. So first down from the 2.5-yard line.
So Diamond and company will look to punch it in with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the game. 2 trips out to the right. Looks kind of like a jumbo formation here. Gates out to the left side. Diamond takes a snap, fakes it to Gates, runs up the middle, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for a touchdown. As the Patriots strike yet again, and they will be up 43-7, pending the extra point. And that is Ethan Diamond's first touchdown of the season, rushing or passing. Fantastic way to end this game off.
I have to get a check on the FHSAA rule book. I guess there's a running clock right now.
I don't think Pensacola or anybody else is going to say anything. I think they're ready just to head on home. So with a minute to go, Griffith's ready for the field goal. There's the hike. It's up. It's good. That takes it to 44-7 with a running 50-second clock. You want to?
If you want to go down there, it's camp. It's okay, because I want to go watch and see how it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on. Hold on. These 2 buttons.
Hello?
Yep, you're good. All right, so the last 5 seconds are coming off the board. The teams are meeting in the middle of the field right now. 2, 1. The mayor is on his way down onto the field to see if he can catch up with Coach Kent Smith.
Just an absolute dominant showing by the Patriots. 44-7 win over the Pensacola Tigers. Tigers dropped the 0-6 on the season, while the Patriots moved the 4-2 ahead of their next week's game against Tate. And I think what's really important about this game is the fact, coming off that 7-point loss last week to Gulf Breeze, being able to rebound in such a huge way and being able to get your guys like Ethan Diamond and Evan Beckham some valuable playing experience.
And I like the concept that they were able to, though they did win and it was a good game, there were some things that they're going to have to learn and grow from. It wasn't a complete domination. Kent Smith's going to be able to pull some of his players to the side and tell them, if you're going to go to the next level, you need to start maintaining your composure.
Green.
As y'all can hear in the background, we got the mayor heading down to the field right now, and you can hear the excitement on your guys' your computers or however else you guys are hearing from us, phones. So I'm going to keep that mic that he's carrying live, and you can hear the excitement just as well as we can.
As all the Patriots students and fans run down onto the field to sing the alma mater.
Go ahead. No. As the alma mater is being played and as Mayor's out on the field, we're going to mute our mics. That way you can just enjoy what's going on the field and listen to the Mayor.
All right, we're standing here with Nick Simmons. Had a big ball game, Nick. Homecoming against Pensacola High. What are your thoughts on your first half, second half, and the game tonight?
First half, we started off good. We started slacking because we ran up the score. Not a good mindset to have. Second half, we started doing better, and we just came off slow. Then we finally got a good drive, and it's happy to see our second strings get good work in and score. I was proud of them.
And Nick, as we've gotten further into the season, one thing that all the fans and everyone at home has noticed is that your passing ability has come along. You definitely progressed through the season. How do you feel about being in the pocket, moving around as we get closer to the end of the season and a potential playoff run?
Yeah, definitely got more calm under pocket, and what I do, I'm more comfortable in it.
Well, very good. Well, go enjoy homecoming with all your classmates, and you deserve it, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So as the Mayor continues to walk along the field, that was Simmons that he just talked to. And he looks like he's making his way over there to Kent Smith, the head coach of the Pace Patriots. But if you guys were able to stay with us, it was an exciting game. A lot of stuff for them to figure out for next week as we prepare for Tate. Once again, the Mayor and Brad will both be here to bring you the live coverage of Pace versus Tate as it's their next home game. And so Coach Smith is out there. He's talking to a couple of his players and a couple of the parents, and patiently the Mayor's down on the field waiting for his chance. And it looks
All right,
like
standing here
the
for
Mayor's
Coach Smith, big homecoming win, 44-7. What do you take from this, and where can we go next week against Tate High School?
We know we did what we wanted to do early. Our kicking game took over, and we're able to, get up on them pretty good. And then at the end, we're able to play some guys that practice every day and didn't get to play, so that was good also.
Oh, very good. Well, enjoy your homecoming win with your team, and we'll do it again next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. All right.
And that'll be it. We just want to thank you again for listening to us on the Pace Patriot YouTube channel. We'll be again here next week at 7:30 to bring you the Tate versus Pace game. And